We're here. Good morning, everybody. We're back. We are live for December the 28th, 2021. Welcome all to the broadcast here. It's your buddy, Uncle Bruce, with Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to cover the markets in plain English. We're just, cut through the riffraff and get to the point. What's going on out there and what's happening with our markets? Where are our stocks going? How can we make money in this market? Lots of currents in the river, I'll tell you, lots of stuff going on. Sometimes easy to try to figure out, other times extremely difficult, frustrating, and you name it. But I got to tell you, there's just a lot happening here. The news this morning seems to be dominated by well, there's a lot of things going on, but one of the things that's dominating the news this morning is how the U.S. CDC, the Center for Disease Control, they have basically approved a 5-day isolation window instead of a 10-day isolation window if you come down with COVID. Now, apparently, the details are a little more, a little further. It's not quite that simple. You have COVID. You don't just wait 5 days and then you can go out and do whatever you want. No, you have COVID. Then after 5 days, you get tested. If the test is negative, you can go. If the test is not negative, you can't just go back to work still being positive, even though you had a 5-day isolation period. No. You have to be negative before you can get out. Why is this happening? Why is it that the CDC is, doing this move just as case counts are surging across the United States and the rest of the world with this new Omicron virus variant? And everybody has their opinion, everybody has their thoughts, everyone wonders. The first thing to understand is that the pressure these guys have is relentless. They're just being pressured by everybody. Every interest group is on these guys to exempt us from whatever you want to do, because as loyal as we are to our country and as loyal as we are to mankind, we have bills to pay. Okay, we have bills to pay. So there's this constant pressure of dollars that keep getting in the middle of keeping us alive and keeping us healthy. It's incredible. It's just amazing. It just doesn't end, and there's no end to it. But going to a 5-day window kind of makes sense if you caught the virus, you're healthy, you're vaccinated. 3 days into the deal, you test negative now. 2 more days out, you test negative again, you're good to go. I can see that working. I do. The problem with it, though, how it doesn't work, is it's on the honor system. And this is where it all falls apart. Because why doesn't the honor system work? Let me think a minute. We lie. That's why the honor system doesn't work. We cheat. We cut corners. We say the hell with it. I've given up 5 days. I'm not giving up anymore. We are pathetic when it comes to the honor system as a society as a whole. We are pathetic, and we have to just buy into this. Gotta admit that, I know somebody that would definitely cheat the system, or I know someone that has cheated, or I kind of knew so-and-so had that cough and they wouldn't get tested because they knew if they were to get tested, guess what would happen? They'd get a positive result. Guess what would happen? They'd have a 5-day isolation period or a 10-day or whatever. They didn't want to get tested because as soon as you find out you have it, someone will find out. You have to report it. But the honor system is how this is working, which means it won't work. It just won't work. It'll work for 90% of us. Many of us, a high number of us are great. We're fantastic. We're very honorable people. But it doesn't matter. The virus needs 0.001% of the population to cheat, to mislead, to deceive. And the virus continues on its happy way. And the virus doesn't have 0.001% of the world cheating. It's got 15-20% of the world cheating. Not reporting, underreporting, not testing, not getting vaccinated, on and on and on. And so the virus is winning the world war against mankind, and mankind is losing, and mankind is paying a price directly or indirectly across the board. And One of the ways that we're losing right now, so for some of you, it doesn't affect you at all. Some of you, it affects you personally, is airlines. Airlines are having trouble staffing flight crews around the world. 6,000 flights canceled through the Christmas holidays as of yesterday. 6,000 worldwide flights canceled. Um, More today. So that's one way. Supply chain problems is another. Um, and many, many, many other things. I noticed today also, I heard something interesting. Uh, this surprised me in a way, and then in a way it didn't at all. Have you heard how many college bowl games are being canceled? The college football bowl games, which of course is a TV ratings bonanza for the networks. This is big money for these networks. Game after game after game are being announced as not going to happen. And I heard something this morning about to do with this that surprised me was you may remember that in the last few months, we'd hear something like uh, the basketball player for the LA Lakers so and so tested positive and is now in protocol, right? And then we'd hear stuff like uh, Aaron Rodgers tested positive; he's in quarantine or in protocol. Ben Roethlisberger, and so on. We'd hear, the one-offs, right? The one-offs, it's people we knew, stars we are aware of, athletes we're aware of, and then just athletes we're not so aware of. But this postponement of these bowl games, one of the announcements that was made this morning, one of the press releases that came out, said something like 150 people associated with the football program came down with it. It wasn't like 4 players. It wasn't like 15 players. We've heard now about, up to 17 players on a team are under the weather. No, 150 people at the college, 150 people directly associated with the bowl game have all tested positive. I mean, it's a complete pandemic outbreak. It is a complete out of control, lightning fire, fast infection for everybody. Like it's just poof. It's unbelievable. And the greatest deniers of the world, of the world out there, are getting ill, and also innocent victims are getting ill because people keep telling me here on these comments and also privately. I keep getting this as if I don't know this. They say to me, "Well, even if you get the shot, you can still get sick." I'm going, "Yeah, I know that. I'm very well aware of that. You can still catch the virus." Even if you've been inoculated. My daughter has the virus right now. She's been fully inoculated. She's as healthy as get up, skinny as a rail, and really fit. And she's got the virus, but she's not in a hospital bed. She's not suffering last rites. She's got a sniffle, and it's got like a cold because it's not affecting her in a really really bad way. Cross our fingers, hope it continues this way. So yeah, just because you've been inoculated, you've got the vaccine shots, doesn't mean you can't get the virus. Yes, you can. The problem, of course, is that the virus comes into an infected person, and that person can defeat that virus generally quite quickly and quite easily, and it dies out. The host, in effect, overpowers the virus, and the virus loses the battle in this one human being, and hopefully we're done with it. The problem, of course, is that if you have the virus and you have been inoculated, and you don't know you've got it because you don't feel any symptoms and you don't think you've been exposed to someone who does have it, you're now a spreader, and this virus just goes to town. If you are an anti-vaxxer and you don't even believe in testing, you don't believe in the vaccine, you don't believe in testing, you're not going to participate in any of this entire parade. You are the super spreader of super spreaders. I mean, that's the fact. And again, you may be as healthy as a horse, fabulous, but you're spreading it. Anyway, there you go. I have to talk about this every single damn day, and I don't want to, but I have to. I have to bring this thing up every damn day because it's affecting the markets. It's affecting investments. It is affecting forecasts for earnings. It is affecting price targets for markets. It's affecting currency potentials. It's affecting import export numbers. It's affecting everything financial. It's affecting everything personal. It's affecting everything pleasurable, like watching a bowl game on TV. Just as something as simple as that. Can't watch that right now. It's affecting everything. And there's no way around it. And there's no way I can do a show and not talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I hate talking about it. I lose subscribers when I talk about this stuff. I have people who walk away from this channel going, "Hey, oh, he talks about the virus all the time, and he's such a socialist." What am I supposed to do? Ignore the fact that the markets are subject to the possibility of a major sell-off if this thing continues to go out of control? Am I supposed to ignore this? Am I supposed to go, "Oh, I didn't know this would happen. Oh, I'm so totally surprised"? No, no, I'm not going to do that. No, not in this plain English household. No. The bottom line is simple. The virus wins, we lose. And we lose in many ways. Loss of life, people get ill, productivity goes down, corporate profits go to the toilet, products don't show up on shelves, flights get canceled, people don't go on holidays, it goes on and on and on. It affects everything. It's a world war. This is like the Second World War. The Second World War affected everything. The Second World War, back in the 1930s and 40s, most of you were not born at that time. I wasn't around. My parents were around, but they were just kids. The Second World War affected everything, everywhere. Whether you were a coal producer, whether you were a lumber harvesting company in Canada, America, Brazil, Argentina, you were a cobalt mining operation in wherever. You had a mine in Africa. You operated a factory in Pittsburgh. It didn't matter. The entire planet was affected by the Second World War. You were either on the side of the Allies or you were on the side of the Axis. It was either with the Germans, the Italians, the Germans, and the Japanese, or you were with everyone else. Now, you were neutral. You could be neutral, but you were still affected because your markets were affected, your imports and exports, because certain goods you couldn't get right now, certain goods that you wanted to export were under limitation, and or there were all kinds of barriers for your export market. It all depended on who you wanted to sell to and how. The Second World War affected everything, but it wasn't a virus. The Second World War was people against people. That's what it was. It was armies against armies. It was countries against countries. This virus is getting everybody. And we're now beginning to hear more information about how it's affecting China. The Olympics are 6 weeks away. And this morning, a story came out about a U.S. skier, female skier. I don't remember her name because I don't follow skiers. I'm not into this. Sorry. But there's a world famous, highly decorated female skier who's supposed to do really well in the Olympics. And boy, is NBC praying that she does well, because NBC is starting to run out of stuff to highlight to you for the Olympics. She tested positive for the virus yesterday, and she's now in isolation. And it's 6 weeks to the games. She can't practice right now. She might lose a little bit of conditioning right before the game. This is the worst possible time to get this thing. Obviously the day before the competition would be the worst day to get it. But right now, when you're ramping up your training for this big meet, you don't want to have this happen to you. This is the wild card that's happening to the Olympic Games right now. How many athletes could potentially test positive before the games even start on this wild rampage that the virus is on right now? How many will show up positive? How many will get positive when they are there? How many countries are going to hold back their athletes because of the variants, the virus variants? How many are going to do that for safety reasons? So far, nobody. It's incredible. It's absolutely unbelievable. The Chinese are pushing hard to run this thing. This is a massive propaganda machine for the Chinese government. They want these games to happen in the worst way, as bad as they want the summer games to happen over whatever years ago. They want the winter games to happen in a bad way, because for domestic PR and domestic propaganda purposes, it is the big one for them, and for the worldwide stage to show the world just how great they are. They're dying for this to happen. Of course, the G20 countries, generally speaking, have winter and summer seasons all in all. And so they are theoretically sending athletes to these games. That's why the winter games make money for the host country if they run it right, because you get the G20 countries coming with all their media wanting to cover it. The question is, will this happen or not? I don't know. Unbelievable. Why countries aren't telling Chinese to stuff it is beyond me. At the moment, also, there was a flight flying from San Francisco to China. I believe it was a Delta flight. It might have been United. Forgive me if I'm quoting the wrong airline here, but it was one of the two big U.S. carriers, one of those two. They were flying to China, flying to Shanghai from Frisco, and the plane turned around partially the way over and came back to the U.S. Because during the time that the flight took off and was on its way, the Chinese authorities running the Shanghai airport came out with new COVID cleaning, disinfecting rules. I know I'm misquoting this entirely, but the bottom line was this. You land a plane in Shanghai right now. This is plain English. You land a plane in Shanghai right now, you got to clean the plane to a standard you've never cleaned your plane before. And that means more money, more time, more delays, which means you may have difficulty delivering your passengers back to San Francisco in the allotted time slot you have to land at that gate, because these gates in San Francisco are only leased to you for certain time slots for arrival and departures. And if you can't keep the schedule, you got a nightmare on your hands, and perhaps fines and other fees. I don't know. But I guess the COVID disinfecting rules are so onerous that not only has either Delta or United, one of the two, they're canceling flights to Shanghai. Other carriers internationally are canceling flights in and out of Shanghai right now. We can't do this. We cannot work under these conditions. Now, I don't know what the rules are. I can't tell you what's the difference, what's changed, but these airlines are saying not going to happen. And this has caused a huge problem. The Chinese consulate in Frisco, they made a protest to the airline and to the U.S. government about this. This has gone right up to the top, and I have no idea where this is going to go, how much further it's going to go. But this is another sign of disruptions over and above cabin crews getting infected, over and above passengers dealing with this thing. Now, in the meantime, while all this is going on, unbelievably, incredibly, almost impossible to fathom this, but it's true. What I'm about to tell you is absolutely true. I know you trust me, but you don't believe me. And I know you believe me, but you don't trust me. But I'm going to tell you this right now. When my daughter came down here to the United States by air 3 times in 6 weeks, she came down here, or something like that, 6 weeks. In order for her to come down here, and in order for Jennifer and I to come down here, when we came down to the U.S. on October the 5th, landed in LAX from Calgary, to get on that airplane in Calgary, which is a Canadian carrier, we had to have had a negative COVID test 72 hours prior to departure of our flight. It didn't need to be vaccinated. We only needed the negative test. That was October. When our daughter came down in October and November, she had to be fully vaccinated and a 72-hour test. The last time she came down and the last time she went back, she had to come down here with fully vaccinated status and a 24-hour test within 24 hours of flight time. That's Canada to the US, US back to Canada. That is now the rule. All right. during this whole time frame, and before, and right now, to this moment in time, at this second, anyone, anybody, a Canadian like me, an American like you, someone visiting you, if you're in the USA right now, from wherever the hell you're from, and you want to fly from LAX to Denver or Vegas to New York, it doesn't matter. Domestic US flight, including Hawaii. You want to fly domestically USA, you don't need a vaccination. You don't need a negative test. You just have to wear a face mask, and you can walk on a plane and fly wherever the hell you want. And the airlines are pushing hard to keep it that way. The airlines are pushing and pestering the CDC and the feds and the FAA to don't mess with them, leave it alone. Because the airlines are bleeding money like you can't believe. They are in the red and they are losing money every day. And if this is changed, where you have to provide proof of a vaccination, this changes everything. And it's unbelievable what's going on. It's just the rest of the world is aghast. It's just aghast. They're just going, you got to be kidding me. This virus is being spread domestically, beautifully, perfectly, by trapped people inside cockpits of airplanes, inside of fuselages, and it's going from all 50 states to everybody else. It's just unbelievable. It's just the most amazing thing. I don't know. I was under the impression you had to be fully vaccinated to get on an airplane, but apparently you don't. And the White House was asked about this like yesterday, day before. Are you guys planning on changing the requirements for passengers domestically? Not at this time. Really? I can't believe it. I think the case counts of the virus went down to 70,000 cases about a month and a bit ago. We were down to 70,000 cases a day, positive test results being reported to the CDC. Yesterday, 500,000, 500,000 yesterday. Last week it was, I think a few days ago we broke 200,000. And a few days before that we broke 100,000. So it's gone 100 to 200, now 500,000 in one day. And they're talking much more. It might be 1 million a day plus of people getting infected with this thing. So this thing has landed and is causing a huge problem. And it is a silent thing. You don't smell different when you have it. You don't sweat profusely when you have it. You can't tell where it is. It's invisible. It's just in droplets in the air when we breathe, just whatever. And anyone can get it. It's unbelievable. And there are the deniers out there in charge of human safety. There are deniers in charge of safety, and everyone is vulnerable. It is just unthinkable. But anyway, it is what it is. Worldwide, it's a problem. This again, I repeat yet again, this is not me picking on America. I'm not picking on America. I am just saying globally, this is a problem. Now, the domestic U.S. air thing is, yeah, I'm picking on America on that, of course. But as far as everything else goes, this virus is having a wonderful time, just a wonderful time. And I'm waiting for 5 million cases a day to start showing up on the planet. I mean, there are 7 billion of us, 7 billion of us. Yeah, so 5 million cases a day would be a nothing burger. 5 million cases a day. Oh my God. Could it happen? Yep, it could. I think it was yesterday, 1.5 million. Yesterday. 1.5 million positive cases globally yesterday. I think this was the number. I'm losing track of these numbers. They're becoming so ridiculously over the top. I'm just going, oh my God, I can't. I mean, I remember when the ship in Japan had the problem, that the Pacific Diamond Princess ship had the problem in the Yokohama port. This is so long ago. And then I heard that like 15 cases had been reported in the United States. 15. And it was like, oh my God. The end of the world. Because we'd never had a report like that before from a pandemic in the last 10 years that, oh my gosh, 15 in one day. Media was asking any official that would want to talk, and there were very few who wanted to talk. Well, could it be 100? Could it reach 100 a day? What if it reaches 500 a day? And Fauci and the others are going, this could reach millions of us. It could really create havoc. And they all called him stupid and idiotic. And now here we are. I hate talking about this. I really do. I don't want to talk about this, but the markets are possibly at risk, potentially. How much I don't know, but I do see problems. I see situations where if this gets worse in a big way, airlines could start declaring Chapter 11 by the middle of the year, like by the summertime. They will run out of cash and they will have nowhere to go to get cash unless the government gives them money for nothing. I mean, literally, the United States government socialistically bails them out. Good news for the airlines: the Democrats are in power, and so they have help potentially. The Republicans last administration, they bailed the airlines out socially, big time with billions. But airlines had to sign over all kinds of guarantees and deals and pledge assets and what have you. And I just read yesterday, American Airlines is bringing in a new CEO to run things. He starts shortly, and he inherits an absolute disaster. He's inheriting a nightmare balance sheet, a nightmare balance sheet. Um, Airlines are running airplanes right now that are aging. They don't have the money to get the new ones. They're barely able to maintain the ones they've got. They've parked a bunch of their non-efficient, or least efficient planes in the desert for parts and what have you. And they're having staffing problems, and on it goes. And um, um, the analysts in Wall Street are going, "Oh, no, so and so has a fortress balance sheet." Do you know what that means? A fortress balance sheet? They claim the claim is that the balance sheet is so strong with cash on hand and credit available that they're impossible for them to go under. Like it's a fortress. They've got a fortress around their core business, and that they're okay. Yeah, that lasts until it doesn't last. Forts eventually will fall if you starve a fort out, and you deny people the chance to fly, or people can't go on airplanes, or the business of flight drops dramatically, or the airlines can't deliver a reliable service. Like, I don't know if my flight's going to go off the ground this afternoon. I'm supposed to be in Pittsburgh tonight. I have a business meeting tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to get to Pittsburgh tonight because I don't know if the plane's going to make it. And I am 1,500 miles away. So by car, I'm 2 full days driving away by car, 3 hours by air. I can't make the meeting by driving to it. I mean, I'll be a basket case. So what's going to happen? If you can't deliver a reliable system, people don't believe in booking the system. They just don't participate anymore, and they back off, and they only fly on a leisure basis. And even on a leisure basis, it's just as bad, because if you got a family of 4 at the airport, you all got tested, you all paid that money to get tested, you all showed up on time, and then you find out that when you're at the airport, your flight is canceled, and you can't rebook another flight because tomorrow is fully booked up. The day after is fully booked up on that one flight you're going to go to Disneyland to, or whatever. That holiday is over. You're going home, and you've just wasted a whole bunch of cash. And good luck getting a refund from an airline that's in Chapter 11 or about to go there. You're not getting your money back. If you are, you're going to wait a long time. So you start operating on a business like that, and you will quickly find businesses failing very, very fast. Fortress balance sheets turn into disaster balance sheets quickly. Hotels. Just think about all the hotel operators. Think about the theme parks and all the spin-off businesses from that. It's a huge part of the U.S. economy, world economy, and it's in peril. It's in peril, financial peril right now. Not good. Cruise lines, big trouble in the cruise line business. Ships are right now sailing with positive cases all over the place. There are ships everywhere with positive cases of the virus. They're discovering them every day. Carnival is making a point of not revealing the numbers. Carnival is hiding the numbers as best they can. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to let the public know how it's going. In effect, there are people who are thinking of going on their cruise. They booked the cruise months ago. The cruise comes up next week, the week after, the week after. They're looking to go on their cruises, and they're beginning to hear about positive cases. But what they don't know is that Carnival ship that they booked a cruise on has had positive cases on that cruise ship now for the last 3 weeks in a row, and the counts are rising. And it's not just the passengers, it's the crew. Because again, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you can't get the virus. Everyone is vulnerable all the time to catching the virus. The question is, how bad will it be for you if you catch the virus? These Caribbean countries are cutting off cruise ships. San Juan, Puerto Rico, not allowing in cruise ships. They've basically banned them by making it impossible to get into the port with the testing requirements that they have. It's 24 or 48-hour testing requirements for Puerto Rico. No ship can adhere to that. San Martin is rethinking it. St. Thomas is rethinking entry levels. St. Kitts, the Cayman Islands has just reversed their policy. They were going to allow one ship in a day starting Christmas, the 26th of December. They were going to allow in one ship a day to drop people off for the day. They've canceled all cruise ships again, right at the last minute. They just, nope, not going to happen. 24-hour notice now for testing. No one can deliver on that. It's spreading across the Caribbean right now. Like every Caribbean nation is basically backing off, going, nope, no cruise ship passengers. Nope. Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, and on goes the list. These cruise lines have borrowed $60 billion now from bankers in the last year and a half. $60 billion has been borrowed by from banks, investment bankers. They've also issued a bunch of stock to stay alive. They've also got ships coming. They're still being built. Ships are being built by German builders, French builders, Finnish builders, and others, Italian, all under government guarantee. And the cruise lines don't pay a dime for the ship until they take possession of the ship, but they're obligated to take possession of the ship when it's finished. And once you take possession of the ship, you have a minimum 100 people on board that ship for a skeletal crew at your expense, and the expense of running that ship and insuring it. And you're now running a ship at $1 million a week. With nobody on board to spend a dime on board. There's $1 million a week going out the door now. That's $50 million a year per ship that isn't doing anything. And you have to keep it in top condition, because if you don't, you are now going to run $2 to $3 million a week in new expenses in maintenance costs down the road. They're going to just pile up on you, and you're going to cannot allow a brand new cruise ship to start deteriorating the minute you get it. You have to keep it in top-notch condition. For the cruise lines, the thinking has been, well, we'll bring in brand new top-notch cruise ships. We'll replace the old tired cruise ships. You see, we'll get rid of those, scrap them out, and regurgitate the line, roll it over, like option rollovers. We'll roll over the cruise line into new ships, and we'll sell out the new ships with our passengers because we have all these new features. I used to work in 2019, all the way up to 2019. That worked. And now it's not working as well, because you can't fill the ship up at 110% capacity. You're limited to 40%, 30% capacity. And even a brand new cruise ship at 30% capacity doesn't make you money. You'll be lucky to break even. Because if you want to run a cruise ship with 30% of the passengers, you can handle 5,000 passengers normally. You're now looking at 1,500 people. You need 1,500 crew. 1-to-1 ratio is reasonable. And so you got 1,500 crew. That's 3,000 people on board a ship. And the virus spreads. The virus spreads among 3,000 in that kind of a space. As big as these ships are, and as many levels as they have, 3,000 people in a 1,000 foot long ship that's 20 stories high, that's a lot of people in a small amount of space. Viruses love this stuff. I hate talking about it, but I have to. Anyway, there you have it. That's the latest. Gamestop, is it going to go to $200 a share? That's the title of the show. I gave it a title. I needed a title, and I was wondering about GameStop. It's $148.50 right now. It's up 19 cents. What's going on? Why is it that we're pretty well through tax loss selling? I mean, technically there's still a couple of days to go, but we're kind of done with the tax loss stuff. And people have repositioned their portfolios, for 2022, and they're still doing it. I've told you yesterday that every hedge fund, pension fund, mutual fund, ETF, they're all repositioning their portfolios. Index funds are definitely repositioning their portfolios this week. It's the year end. So, they have to sell certain stocks, buy certain stocks, reallocate dollars into certain positions to reflect the performance of the indexes that they're tracking. So index funds are under tremendous pressure to make adjustments. And this week, This week is the one. Friday is the day. People asking me, why are they open on the 31st? This is why. They're open on the 31st because all these funds have to reposition themselves. And so what will GameStop do between now and Friday? Can GameStop go to $200 a share again? Will it? Is there news coming from the company in early January that's just going to blow the doors off of everything? I don't know why they'd wait. I don't know if they have an announcement, that would be really big. And why would they not release it today rather than next week? Because if you have an announcement that is a material change of the company's fortunes, you can't delay an announcement like that. You have got to let the shareholders know something's up. But again, maybe they're not ready yet. They're still testing some things and they're finalizing a few things, and a launch of a new whatever is going to happen the first week or two of January. And GameStop may literally do a halt of their stock in an hour and tell us something big is going on. I don't know. Good. I haven't seen it. I don't expect anything. The market sure isn't telling me at this moment there's something big going on. The pre-market volume on GameStop right now, 6,000 shares. There's nothing happening in the pre-market that there's no whisper rumors out there. What's going to cause the stock to go? The answer is simple. More buying than selling. That's what makes any stock go up. Makes anything go up in value. More buyers than sellers. But will there be more buyers for GameStop than sellers? I thought for sure. I really did. I was 90% sure yesterday that GameStop would have gone to 160.65. I thought yesterday, it's Monday, the last week of the year. Dow's going to go up here. A year-end rally is happening. The S&P went up. Nasdaq went. S&P had a new record high. Nasdaq is right near its record high. The Dow is 350 points away from a record high. I'm thinking this close. This week, such a positive vibe, fresh money coming to the market. GameStop will go up $10-15 a share today, no problemo. Went down 383 to 148. No news. No one's talking. There's no rumors. It's one thing to have the company say something, but it's another thing to have the Reddit crowd speculating and the Wall Street Bets crowd and all the other folks on these online chat rooms. You'd think that all these folks would be just talking it up, going, "Oh yeah, GameStop, man, we're on our way. It's about to happen. We're about to go." I hear nothing. I don't know if you're hearing anything, but I'm not hearing anything. It's very quiet right now. 148.49 up 18 cents on 6,300 volume. Can the shares go to 200? Yes. Oh, absolutely. What kind of volume would it need? In one day, if it were to go $200 today, 15 million shares of strong buying would do it. Through the week, like today, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Trading 3 to 5 million a day would do it quite easily. The stock can gain 8 to 10 to 12 a day without really too much muss or fuss. Gain $12 3-4 days in a row. Boom, you're $200 a share. But will it? That is the question. If it's going to go to 200, it's because people think it's going to 400. It's not going to go to 200 because people think it's going to go to 205. They're not going to jump into this thing and go, "Oh yeah, it's going to 205. I'll buy it all the way up to $200 because if it goes to 205, I'm up $5." No, we don't think that way. No, people are much more greedy than that. So people have to think that GameStop is going to 300 a share or 400 a share or higher in the next 3 months to be convinced that they buy now. Well, those rumors aren't anywhere. I don't hear those kinds of stories being talked about. I don't hear that kind of prognostication being promoted by anybody. And so we're quiet. We continue on. I did notice something else on Sofi today, just to kind of tell you about Sofi. Was it Citigroup? I'm trying to remember who did it. There was might have been Morgan Stanley. I can't remember for sure, but there was a brokerage firm that did an update on stock upgrades, downgrades. They unchanged rating. They maintained a buy rating on Sofi, maintained, but they lowered the target price by $2. 22 is the target price from, I think it was 24. Now I think this was yesterday. This came out. It didn't mean much. We were up 30 cents yesterday on the stock anyway. Closed at 15.39. We're at 15.28 right now in the pre-market. Make that 15.29 in the pre-market on 200,000 shares, 218,000 volumes so far. So SoFi is way out trading GameStop. I mean, there's way more trading on SoFi than GameStop. SoFi is very liquid. GameStop is very quiet these days. That's another sign right there that one stock might go much higher than another. Can SoFi go to 20 before GameStop goes to 200? A betting man would say yes. It's now 15.30 on SoFi. SoFi can easily go to 20 before GameStop goes to 200. No question about it. I mean, look at the pricing: 148 on GameStop, $15 on SoFi. It's 10 to 1. It's about a 10 to 1 ratio. So SoFi is 1/10 the price of GameStop, and the upside for SoFi is baked in. We know all about it. We know everything about what SoFi is going to be doing. We really have a pretty good handle here. We know the bank charter is a thing. It's a thing. It's like we're the green arrow, and there's this red arrow coming. This thingy, it's coming at us, and that's the bank charter. It's coming at. We're the green thingy, and there's this red thingy coming. It's coming. We know that, and it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing like in Galaxy Quest. It's a good thing. GameStop, we don't know anything. We really don't. We don't know anything. We know about their distribution centers in Reno and in Pennsylvania. We know about a new office in Seattle. We know about a new office in Boston. We know about a customer care center in Florida. We know that. What we don't know is what exactly is the what exactly is the Seattle office and Boston office actually there for? No one's telling us. How's it going in Reno and in Pennsylvania? How many people work at each center? When will they fully ramped up? What kind of figures are you expecting? What kind of package numbers are you looking at? Have you got a goal in mind? You got to have a goal in mind. How many packages could you handle in Philadelphia, like in Pennsylvania, and how many could you handle in Reno? Could you give us that? Could you tell us what the potential is of those centers and when you think you could get there? No one's talking. No one is giving us any speculation whatsoever, and so we are left on our own. We're out here on our own, going, "Why? I'm thinking that if they do that, this could happen. I'm thinking that the Seattle office is kind of there as a recruitment center to build websites. For what? I don't know, but it's what you do, isn't it? Boston. Why would you have an office in Boston? Like what is it you're doing there? Are you getting into crab distribution? No, I don't think so. They're not into seafood. There's a high-tech world over there. Yeah, there is. Just what is the point of the office? No one knows. It's a mystery. With SoFi, we know. We know what's coming. We know what's cooking here. We know they have 7, 8, 9 different areas of commerce. And we know that they're expanding their clientele base like crazy. We know they're hosting the Super Bowl in their stadium. We know all about that. Every time they have a home game at SoFi Stadium, it's televised on practically national television. That's great. We just know that SoFi, twice has gone into the 20s and twice has come back into these levels. But sooner or later, it won't come back here anymore. It'll break into the 20s and never come back again. We just don't know what week this is going to happen. But we do know the upside of SoFi. SoFi is tremendous, dramatic, phenomenal. We're at 15.31 while I'm talking it up right now. You're welcome. Doing all I can for you. Anyway, there's the story there. Rocket Lab. What's going on with the Rocket Lab? You know what I heard today? I read something today about SpaceX, Elon Musk, and all that. I read a headline talking about something like 40,000 satellites are needed to be launched for the future of the World Wide Web communication system. 40,000 satellites. Now, I believe I'm aware of the fact that Rocket Lab has $150 million in advance orders to launch satellites. They're back ordered. I mean, they build their own rockets. They launch their own rockets with satellites in them. They recover their rockets now and relaunch them and do it again, rinse and repeat. Okay, so Rocket Lab they're in the right business at the right time offering the right services. And they'll be busy for decades because remember, by the time you get the 40,000 satellites up there, whoever gets them all launched up there, and it'll be a number of companies, you then have to start replacing the oldest ones with newer ones because satellites have a limited lifespan and they get more sophisticated every year, like computer chips. They get more sophisticated every year. Satellites get more sophisticated every year, and eventually you have to regenerate your satellites with a new series of satellites. There's one other stock that will benefit from the fact that 40,000 satellites will need to be launched into outer space. It's a little ditty known as Spire Global. A little company called Spire Global. What do they do? Do you remember? Yes, they. I know, Bruce. I know. They manage satellites once they're in space. That's right. Someone has to operate these things and keep them on the right trajectory, handle the information flow between the ground and the satellite. Now we're talking about satellites talking to other satellites and then talking to the ground. There's satellite to satellite to satellite communication and then to ground communication. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. Spire is a cutting edge company in this business. They manage satellites in space. 40,000 new satellites have to be launched. Probably in the next 5 to 10 years, going to have to be up there. Someone's got to manage them. There's a company that manages them. And these guys work for NASA. They work for the European Space Agency. They work for other space agencies. They work for private corporations. They are extremely well dug in to this business. And the stock is $3.89. It's kind of on sale right now. Spire is a bit of a bargain situation right here, but the market has got to want to buy into this story and invest in it. I don't know what it's going to take. I keep coming back to the one thing that would move this market dramatically. The one thing that this stock needs, just one thing. You remember Billy Crystal and Jack Palance? One thing. Okay. This stock needs the equivalent of an activist investor. That's my opinion. Apart from everything else I've told you, this company needs, which starts right now with a PR department that is there's a relentless PR department like Matterport's, and these guys have been good. They have been good, but they really now could use an activist investor. And it could be an activist investor that is known as an activist, but is actually your best friend. Kind of a person that says, yeah, hey, I just want you to know that in the last 3 weeks when everything has been selling off, I've been buying the bejesus out of Spire. I own 5% of the company, or I own 7% of the company. Just so you know, I have to report this to the SEC, and I'm the guy. Me and my gang here, this hedge fund that we have here in New York, we manage $25 billion, and we put in a couple $100 million into Spire stock. We own, blah, 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 the company. And by the way, we're not all that thrilled at $3.90 a share. It's trading at $3.90 now. We're not thrilled at $3.90. We don't think that's indicative of the value of this corporation. That kind of a revelation, just that, could double the stock right now. We'll take it to $8, and then have that individual say, "Oh, we have a plan. We're going to bring some proposals to the table to the company to help enhance shareholder value," because that's what we're all about, enhancing our shareholder value. And we'll take everyone with us, obviously, because if the stock goes to $12 a share, we all benefit. We can get it to 20 where it belongs. Who doesn't benefit, right? From 4 to 20, five-fold increase, right? Yeah. So that's what this stock needs. Just an activist investor, someone with a reputation that says, I'm going to help you get the stock to where it should go. And if you don't want my help, I'm going to do it without your help. And that might mean we'll kick you off the board of directors. I mean, the next meeting coming up, we have the votes to knock you out. So you can work with us now, or watch the stock go up without you later. I mean, I prefer the first because you're managing the company and you guys are managing satellites. Keep managing satellite. You guys do that. We'll take care of the stock angle. Let's work together. Why don't we work together? I'm looking for someone, anyone, to reveal that we own 6% of this thing. We've been buying it up. We're just buying it up. We're just buying it up. I haven't heard that yet. Haven't heard it yet. Wouldn't be surprised if I did hear it, but I haven't heard it yet. Same thing with ATIP. ATIP, though, is a little different. ATIP has already got a major league backer. It's an $80 billion hedge fund out of Boston, I believe. But they have not yet seen fit to put their foot on the gas pedal yet on the stock. I'm guessing why. I'm going to guess why, but I can't guarantee why. The guess I have is that they're waiting for Friday and Monday, the new year. They're waiting for the month end to finish off. They're waiting for December to go away because they're sitting back going, people selling at 311 right now, they're all losers. I'm not mean they're like personality losers. They're all financial losers. These folks are selling. If you're selling ATIP stock at 311 right now, it is pretty likely, 95% likely, you didn't make money on the stock. That's what I'm talking about, being a loser. So sales right now of this stock are for tax purposes more than anything else. That's the dominant reason why stock is being dumped or had been dumped on this stock. That ends Thursday or Friday. It ends because settlement now is into 2022. I get the impression that these guys in Boston, $80 billion of capital, they're sitting back there going, the company's got lots of money in the bank. It has a credit line. And then there's us to always raise the money if they need money. And we've got plans for these guys. I would like to hear the plan. I can't wait to hear the plan. One of the plans that should be in place, should be part of the plan should be, we have a CEO in mind. We're going to announce a new CEO first week of January. Just sit back a little longer and just lead a little more, and then we'll suture you all up. We'll put bandages on it, and we'll clean you all up. We'll make you all nice and pretty, and away we go. Just sit tight. So that could be what's happening at ATIP. The backer is already there. The $80 billion backer is already in place. And I think about a month ago, maybe even 5-6 weeks ago, we had one day 32 million trade on that stock. 30-something million traded one day. And I think it was all picked up by the same characters who own most of this thing. And they've tidied it all out. And right now they're just letting the riffraff out because the volumes are light. Volumes are very light. Anyway, that's just me. It's just Bruce, the old man, speaking in what he thinks is plain English. What's going on? What's going on with Secterra? Oh my God, Secterra. You gotta love it. The height of tax selling, the height of all this uncertainty with the virus, COVID, and everything else. Here's a company that owns information software centers. They own these warehouses, 61 warehouses around the world, that data processing centers with all these servers. These server farms is what they're called. Server farm. That's the word I'm looking for. Server farms. These guys operate server farms. And the stock's at right now in the pre-market, $12.66. Yesterday, it closed at $12.69. The stock was as low as $11.90, as high as $12.79, and closed at $12.69. 10 cents below its all-time record high, $12.79, which it set yesterday. Volume yesterday was 263,000 shares, all-time record high. We've had 400 volume, 400 shares, 425 shares trade in the pre-market. And I'm not sure if that's accurate, but as best I can tell you, about 400 shares have traded in the pre-market at $12.66 right now. That's what we got going on here. I tell you. Home prices are up 18.4% in the top U.S. cities over the past year, according to the Case-Shiller Real Estate Survey numbers. That is not a surprise for some of you out there. As a matter of fact, there are probably some of you watching me right now who are very well aware of these numbers and who have already taken advantage of these numbers by selling your home at prices you never thought you'd see. Certainly not in the middle of a pandemic, but oh my God, you got it. And for some of you, you've gotten far more than 18% more than you thought you're going to get. You got prices that are, triple what you paid for your house, double what you paid for your house 5, 10, 8, 15 years ago. And it has changed your life completely. It has put you into retirement mode, early retirement mode. And I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. It's about time the middle class got a slice of this action, because for too long you have been beaten to a pulp by every angle out there that is working against your best interest. Boy, am I glad to see a whole bunch of you folks in this lower middle class, upper middle class, this middle section scoring beautifully on the real estate game. And now some of you are losing because you're the buyers. But on the other hand, you're winning because you're buying a home that is now going to become a work center and home at the same time. You're paying premium money for it, but you've already figured out you're getting premium money for your talents. So you're winning on this side. You're paying dearly on this side, but you're looking long-term going, you know what, for the next 10 years, this is going to be home. And, we're running our affairs now as a corporation. My wife and I have incorporated a holding company, and it's a consulting concern. And I do consulting work, and she does consulting work. And we have a few friends of ours and former co-workers here and there that we're kind of bringing into the fold. And we're running this whole corporate entity out of this house. So actually, the house's value is a corporate thing, and it's a write-off. And so whatever interest we're paying and whatever payments we're making and maintenance we're doing and insurance costs, the fact that we're living, my wife and I are living in a such and such square foot house for the price of a house that's 1/3 the size, net to us after tax. We're way ahead after tax now. And so we don't mind paying the premium price, because the buyer's angle is completely different than the seller's angle. The seller is going, we bought this place for $300,000 and we're getting $1 million for it. And we were hoping to, we thought it was a $600,000 house 2 years ago. It was, and now it's $1 million house. This $400,000 gain has allowed us to do an early retirement. And we're now moving to Sarasota full time, or Palm Desert, California, or to Tempe, Arizona, to wherever you're moving to, retiring to at age 54 instead of age 65, or age 61 instead of 68, because the way it was looking 2 years ago, you were going to work until you were almost 70 to get out. And all of a sudden, it just came right to you. Just whoosh, the retirement just hit you right in front of you, and it's here now. You can take the exit right now. The train went a lot faster than you thought it was going, and oh my God, we're at the stop of retirement, and a lot of you are taking it. And I say congratulations, way to go, and welcome to this channel, where you are beginning to learn the basics of the market through this guy talking to you in plain English, and you're figuring out, he talks about writing options all the time. He talks about how we can write options and supplement our retirement income, if not double it or more. And we had no idea we could do that. And you know what? We have assets with which to use for this program, because we were working at company X and Y, my wife and I, for decades, and we built up all these shares that we own in these two companies. And Bruce is showing us how we can write options against the shares we already have and bring money in from this stuff, because these companies don't pay much of a dividend. And I can tell you right now, the bonuses that these companies were paying weren't going to us. They were going to the upper management. They took it all. We were getting 1% pay raises, 2% pay raises. All of a sudden, we're writing options on this stuff. Thank you very much. Now, in some of your cases, some of you folks have said, no. We're out. Like, when we say we're out, we mean it. We're out. You know what we're doing? We're dumping this stuff. We're selling this stuff. We pay taxes on this shit already. We've been paying taxes on this crap for decades as it got settled at the end of each year. It's all tax paid. We're selling these assets out, and we're now buying stock that we can really write options against, that we want to own. So we're going to buy Goldman Sachs, or we're going to buy Apple or Microsoft, or a collection of, or we're buying an ETF. We're going to buy a FANG type ETF thing, and we're going to write options on that, just like Bruce says. We're going to write options on our assets now, and the option income is going to more than cover our lifestyle. Thank you very much, Bruce. We're debt-free. We have no obligations. We sold the house for $1 million. We bought a condo for $400,000. We banked the rest. We've already got the rest already banked and running for it. We are now self-reliant, and we will never have to go back to the 40-hour grind, which was a 60-hour grind with commute times and overtime. That's all gone. And we watched the lessons on his website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. They head over there, kids, and they check the classes. There's a link there. It says classes. They head over there and they start watching the classes. There are 10 of them, 2 hours long each. How to write options, how to write stock options, and how to make income from this method, which is being done by every mutual fund, every pension fund, every ETF. They all do it. Been doing it for decades. We're just bringing you into the program, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. You've just become a part of the hedge fund world. Here we go. We're opening right now. Larry, have you given me the bells? Larry, where are you? Well, Larry, oh, there he is. Larry, thanks, buddy. Larry is hitting the bells because we're going to start trading now in the open market. Can we make money? I sure hope so. You folks deserve to have some gains here. Will the market give you some opportunities to write contracts? It might just do so. We might just keep an eye on that. I noticed Tesla's up $13 a share today. I'm not all that worried about it if anyone out there wrote a call option on this stuff. Really not that worried about it because I don't know if Tesla can just go, quote, straight up. It's kind of at a pretty high level now in the last month or two. It's done okay. Back on December 20 or so, it was 900 a share. It had even gone under that 900 level. It was like 897 on the 21st, 894 on the 21st. We're at 1114. It's had a nice little gain. Do you buy low or do you buy high? Why would anyone buy high on this? But anyway, 1114 a share, 1117 right now, 23. So let Tesla have a little run, and then let it piddle out. Anyone out there who's written options on Tesla can always do rollovers if you want to, which is a way to lock in these gains and this up move and then catch the down move on a contract. But on the other hand, I know we have a viewer here who wrote a contract that dies this Friday. It's now got 3 days to go, 3.5 days to go. So it's quickly evaporating time-wise. And that's the friend of this investor at the end of the day. What else is going on? Well, let's take a look at our favorite stocks, okay? I'm looking at Rocket Lab right now, up 3 cents at 11.87. I've got Sofi up a dime at 15.49. I've got Gamestop up $1.10 to 149. Now up $1.20, 149.50. Matterport down 8 cents, 23.83. We've got ME up 3 cents to 6.81. We have Spire up a penny. ATIP up a nickel. Smart Rent up a dime, and Secterra right at the moment up $12.35, down 34 cents on a volume of 11,000 shares. That's the first time in a while. Well, typically though, you know what? Not a while. This is not unusual for Secterra. Secterra will do this. It'll drop 40, 50 cents to start the day, and then just start to climb back up and hit new all-time highs again. It's just unbelievable. Pardon me one sec. Just let me get this on. You never know with Secterra what it's up to, but you know what? It just seems to be climbing higher and higher and higher on very thin volumes. It's only down 20 cents now. By the way, it was at 12.33. Now it's 12.49. So in one trade, it just jumped up 16 cents. So Secterra. AMC down 12 cents. Robinhood down 31. Vanik down 89 cents. Home Depot up $1. IBM up 53 cents to 132.15. 132.15 on IBM. The Dow is up 53 points. Let me refresh my page here. We're up, make that 63-point gain, up 4 on S&P, up 1 point on NASDAQ so far. S&P opens at an intraday record high, is the headline right now. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. We've got Microsoft down 33 cents. Apple is down 42 cents. Everyone's watching Apple again because if it hits 182.86, it's a $3 trillion market cap company. It's all irrelevant. It's just a nice round number. People like round numbers. They're all wondering if it's going to do it. The stock, first of all, has to break its all-time high first. And it hasn't done it now twice. It hasn't been able to. So we'll watch that closely. Tesla, 11.02, only up $8 now. Tesla's backing off already. Bed Bath Beyond down 69, BlackBerry up 3, Royal Caribbean down a quarter to 78.22. Goldman up $1.19, 389.23, almost back to 390 from the 368 low last week. This is back to where it was a week and a half ago. So Goldman has kind of come back. Those of you out there writing 390s, 395s, $400 calls, welcome back to the market, and start writing calls again and make money. There you go. Cisco 63.66 up 24 cents, writing 65 contracts. Not a bad idea for this week, next month. Could be some income possibilities there. Amazon is up $10. Facebook up $2. Google down $5.80. That's where we are right now on this market. We're up 100 points now on the Dow. The gains continue to come in, up a quarter of a percentage point. S&P is up 5. NASDAQ down 6 points. Oil up 61 cents to 76.18. Cold temperatures being recorded in various areas, and the hope for the oil patch is it'll stay cold all winter long. I get news for you. That's not going to happen. But we'll see how it goes. People are optimistic. GameStop 151 up $2.69. If GameStop wants to reach this 155, 160 range, there might be opportunities to write contracts for this Friday. That might be in that 160, 65, 70 range. There might be some potential there for contract writing. GameStop just needs to do a little pop. Would be kind of nice to see. We're up 246 now. Volume on GameStop though 93,000 shares. Extremely thin. This should be a thin week though. This should be a thin week. Do not expect volumes to be incredibly high. It should be a quiet week, but doesn't mean you can't write options and take advantage of higher prices. Thank you very much. We'll see how it goes. Matterport down 36 now to 23.55. ME is up 14, 692. Spire's up 4 cents, and ATIP is up 2. Smart Rent up a dime. Secterra down 22 cents. We're down 21 on Sofi now, 15.18, and we're unchanged on Rocket Lab right now. Unchanged. That's what's going on there. All righty. That's the latest. I'd love to write covered calls on GameStop again. I hear you. I'm watching it closely. We'll see how this wants to how it wants to behave. And things people are thinking, do you think 55.60 will be the point? Well, if the shares can get to this 155 level, if it peters out there, we'll see. Right now, 150.37. I'm still of the mind that the stock can reach 160 this week, maybe 165. So I don't want to see you writing 155s and immediately have it go in the money on you. But keep an eye on this trading and see. There's no sell wave coming in on GameStop today. There's no like everybody trying to get the hell out of Dodge. It's not happening. There's actually more buyers on GameStop than sellers, and it's light volume. Yep, it is light volume. But we're at 150.37 right now. 150.98. We're up 267. Going to push 151 around right now, and see if this happens. 151.83 is the high already today on GameStop. Let's see if it can break through the 152 range. 151.19 right now on GameStop, up 288. So it got, if it kind of gets 155, 157, then you might look at maybe 160s for Friday. 162.50s, 165s for Friday, something like that, depending on the premium. Your risk tolerance, that kind of thing. Let's see how it does. 150, 150 up 319 on GameStop right at the moment. So it's certainly better than yesterday, isn't it? Rocket Lab down 6 cents. Sofi down 26. Matterport down 44. ME up 8. Spire now down 2. ATIP up 1 penny. Smart Rent up a dime. Secterra down only 18 cents. It's improving. The Dow's up 105. S&P is up 4. NASDAQ down 21. Remember that a week ago Monday, we had the ugly day in the markets. We had the Dow was as low as 720 by the middle of the day on Monday a week ago, to only lose 430 for the day. It came back about 300 points. And then Tuesday, we gained 500 points. Wednesday, we went up. Thursday, we went up again. Friday was Christmas Eve. We're closed. Yesterday, we went up 300 points, and now we're up another 100. So the Dow now is at 36,400. 36,400. And that means that the Dow is 165 points away from a new all-time high. Quite reachable today without any problem whatsoever. Will it happen? And if so, what will happen once it gets there? Is this market going to take about an hour to kind of think about it and rally a little bit and test it and back off, test it back? Or is it going to get to it, back up a little bit, and then just blow right through it and add 200 points more for another new all-time record high? I think that's the end game. That's where I think we're headed, a new all-time record high, and I think we're going to add 500 points to it, but not today. Well, it could happen, but I don't expect it today. Maybe for the rest of the week. We'll see. The other thinking, though, is we might reach the all-time record high and just break it a little, and then a sell wave comes in, profit-taking, because people have had a nice run now for a week and a half, you see. Got to keep in mind, last Monday we were way down, and there were a lot of buyers down there who picked up those bargains in the last hour of trading to get back 300 of those points. Those folks are the likely sellers going into this run to the record high. Why shouldn't they be? They're laughing. They did well. They bought Apple at 170, 169. It's now trading at almost 180, 179.38. They're up $10 on this thing. Microsoft a week ago was sitting at what was that? 320, 319. It's 341. There'd be profits in their hills for some of these flippers. So there were buyers who bought the dip. IBM at 132.25 a week ago. We touched a low of 127. That's $5. So we've come a ways here. For IBM, that's stellar. Not saying it's a candidate that's going to get crushed or anything like that, but you never know. 152.40 on your GameStop, up $4.09. Thank you, GameStop. Welcome back. Keep coming. Don't stop now. Love to see you go into that 155, 157 range. The last week, unfortunately, GameStop has backed off from the 159 range, 155 range, down to a low trade, 144 yesterday. Now we're at 152, so we're improving. And GameStop, of course, has had quite the run. We were at the 210 level, 205 level a month ago after having been at 250. Then we crapped out to 136.88 around the 13th of December. And now here we are at 152.25. Maybe a little recovery. Like I say, can it go to 200? Yes, it can. Will it? I don't know. Let's see if we can go to 155, 157 first and see what it gives us there. But for option writers, some of you might be getting ready. Apple has closed stores in New York City due to COVID. Yeah, apparently 16 Apple stores have been shut down, and I don't think it's the necessarily the company afraid of COVID with regard to the customers coming in. I wouldn't be surprised if they're understaffed with their own employees, that their own employees are testing positive and they don't have enough staff to run their shops, and they're just going to shut them down for now and do this, through the New Year shutdown and give everyone their 5-day break. And hopefully in the first week of January, they can restaff their stores. I'm wondering if that's what it is. The hard truth says that GameStop won't stop. There you go. I smell money. Well, it says, Bruce, when do you expect the markets to pick back up? Immediately at the start of the year or after the first week? They're already doing it now. They have been doing the markets have been picking up for a week already, since last week, Monday. So it's already underway. The question now is how far and how fast will it keep on rolling? The early gains this morning put S&P on track for the 70th record high close of 2021. Headline that's just showing up right now. S&P is up 7 points, but we're only 13 minutes into the day. It's a long day. We'll see how this looks at the end of the day, rather than right now. But we're already on our way. We're already moving up higher as it is. Let's see. Tesla getting the upgrade might cause a rally. I don't know about that. I kind of wonder if that's an excuse to sell into the strength. Tesla now is at $1,100 a share. It's up $650. It had a pop this morning, and it got up to the high today for Tesla got up to $1,119. Now it's at 1102, 1103. So it's a nothing burger here. This This isn't like a $50 gain morning or anything like that. We don't have anything like that going on. There's all kinds of talk about, oh, Tesla's doing great. They got a new factory in Texas. They got a new factory in Berlin. They got expanding their factory in Shanghai, and their record orders. Yeah. That's what got the stock to this level in the first place. This isn't news that's going to take the stock to 1,500 a share. The news that will take Tesla to 1,500 a share would be a doubling of earnings again. The margins coming down, so the costs coming down so much, and margins climbing so much that they're really cashing in. I don't think that's the future for the next 6 months for Tesla. I think they're dealing with higher costs going in, and the startup of these factories is incredibly expensive, and you've got to get the teething process done, all the glitches you have to get out of these factories. Cars coming out of brand new factories have a litany of problems, little nitpick things and quality control issues that costs money to fix. And so it could be 6 months before we really run again. Upside on the stock, yeah, it could be 1,200. Yeah, could be, but it's not going to be 1,600. Now that would be too much, way too much. Could the stock go back to 950? Easily. It could easily go back to 950. Will it? There's the question. We'll see. We're going to need a couple of weeks through the first of the year to see how this all works out. But there will be fluctuation. Any news on the charter? Nothing yet that I'm aware of this morning. I remember last year, 12 months ago, the first week was a horrible week. Blair. Sour power. Secterra warrants are being called for redemption. One warrant gets you $11.50 purchase price, or you can convert it to 6.25 shares. What's your sentiment? I've been saying sell. Sell the warrants. Cash in. Take the money. Put it wherever you want. You want to get stock? Get yourself stock. Otherwise, sell it. Just take the money. And KY thinks 1,200 is the potential for Tesla as well. 11.03 on Tesla right now, up $9.60 at the moment. Apple down 55 cents. Microsoft down 81. The Dow's up 139, 142 roughly. We're up 9.5 on S&P, but we're only down 2 points on NASDAQ. We were down 20 a little while ago. Now we're down 2. All right. Apple stock drops after 4-day win streak. It still can't crack the $3 trillion market cap. This is what the headlines are from Barron's and other media outlets. They are focused on a round number that is meaningless in life as we know it. But it is a sexy number to talk about. $3 trillion market cap. The stock might well get there today, but it's going to go right back down again if it gets there, because it's sell on the news. There are shorters at the ready on Apple. They're just ready to pounce on this thing. But it will theoretically be that this market runs out of gas. The whole stock market might run out of gas in the next 30 minutes because we've had 5 straight up days in a row. The market just may top out here and then take a rest for the rest of the day, have a lower opening tomorrow with a bit of a stabilization and a break even on Friday. And we come out of here kind of right around where we are now. And Apple won't hit that number the whole time. It's entirely possible. But we got to wait for ourselves to see how this works out. Right now, the Dow's up 125, S&P's up 7, and NASDAQ up 8. If you're an option writer, this is the perfect market for you. Absolutely perfect. You couldn't ask for a better scenario than we have right now. We have better prices on some of our stocks. We're now looking for opportunities to write contracts. And we're looking for the depreciation between now and Friday, now and next Friday. We're looking for depreciation opportunities, and we might just be handed a couple. So that's what we're looking at here. By the way, ME up 23 to 701. ATIP is up a penny. We haven't got much else green right now. IBM up 44 cents. The Dow up 119. And Microsoft down 86. Apple down 70 cents. Tesla now up only $7 at 11.01. Bed Bath Beyond up 2 pennies. Royal Caribbean up 58 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 33. BlackBerry up 2, I think I said. $79 on Royal Caribbean. That stock has no business being here. None. It's $30 overpriced at least. It's probably double what it should be. Goldman up $1.48 to $389.52. Opportunities to write Goldman contracts are there, definitely there. Cisco down 6 cents, a little topping out right now going on. No surprise. We're down $4 on Amazon. We're up $6 on Facebook, and we're down 16 on Google. So we're showing weakness now on the FANG stocks. definite weakness across the board here. This could affect the market as the minutes go by, as the minutes drag on. If those big stocks don't run up, then the selling begins. Again, profit taking is definitely a possibility here. 152 on GameStop, you might be looking to write 155s. You might be looking to write 155s on your GameStop if this market is faltering. Just saying. But it is only 19 minutes into the day. Okay. Let's see. Bruce, what do you think about using max pain as a guide for option writing? If max pain on GameStop is 152 this week and 160 next week, would you say a 160 expiry this week is a distant goal? You know what, max pain, I don't understand it. I don't really believe in this. I don't rely on something like that as my way. I'm just looking at the overall market and keeping in mind where the market has been. So I'm talking about the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ markets, the money, where's the money at? We've had a good run here. The Dow is within 200 points of a new all-time high, 140 points of a new all-time high. We're kind of getting close to a scenario where there could be turnover, where you get out of winners and get into losers that haven't won yet. You might be doing that. GameStop 150, 140 right now. The high of the day on GameStop 153.41. That might be it. That might be the high of the day. I don't know. It might be. The volume sure isn't giving me any confidence. 182,000 volume. I don't see a $10 spike in front of me right now that I can point to. So keep an eye and see if you can put in a stink offer for a contract and score some money. Just saying. How do you figure it out? I never understood it. What do you think is going to happen if Evergrande goes under? It's under now. I mean, technically, they're bankrupt. They're going through the motions. The Chinese government is going to bail them out for domestic bond payouts of some kind. They're going to just reorganize the debt. That's all they're going to do. International holders, I have no idea what's going to happen. Anyone out there that owns anything to do with a Chinese company, you are out of your mind. You are delusional that you think you're going to be making money. There are no bargoons on Chinese stocks. There's nothing but heartache, Mitch. Nothing but heartache coming up, Mitch. What can I say? I literally thought Max Payne was a movie reference, says Midnight Invention. Max Payne equals video game. Let's see. Splayer, yeah, I gained today $11. Bought in too fast for only 2 cents lower. Now I'm 50 cents at Sofi. I think it's time for a break for me. I'm not sure what that means. Let's see. Max Wahlberg was Max. Not worth seeing. There you go. All right, 152.90 on GameStop, up 459. 155s to 157.50s to 160s might be the place to write contracts for Friday. Watch that. SoFi down 17 cents. Rocket Lab down 20. Matterport 23.30 down 61. ME up 26 cents to 7.04. Spire down a dime. ATIP down 2 pennies. Smart Rent down 19. Secterra down 11 cents, but only 11. The Dow's up 154. Little run again coming on. Up 8 on S&P, but NASDAQ still negative a third of a point, kind of flatlining at the moment. Oil up 56 cents a barrel, 76.13. All righty. Credit Savage, good morning from Waikiki Beach, my fellow simpletons. Uncle Bruce, according to Reuters, we're lucky. Retail investors cannot be financial literates. 2021 was the lucky year for us. Laugh a lot. Let's take their money. That's right. Just take their money. If you're lucky, great. Let's be the lucky money takers. How about that? Yeah, I'm okay. AB, if I'm down 99% on some of my January ME options, should I sell them for tax purposes or hope it goes up a couple of bucks a share in January? Well, you might as well just sit on them. And if they die worthless, you have a full write-off, and you'll do it that way anyway. Let's see if there's something to it. Bobby, Max Payne was the first video game to make the bullet slow time mode groundbreaking in its time. Okay. Splayer, Uncle Bruce, I was day flipping with a position instead of sitting on the $11 gains. I bought it back to fast. I'm hoping to break 15 at Sofi. And Bruce, I Smell Money says, Bruce, with ATIP and ME being so low, Spire, ATIP, ME, at what point do the bug packers force a move or drop the stock? I just imagine them calling the company saying, where's my money? Like, so, all three of them are sitting on cash, lots of cash. None of these companies are in financial trouble. They're sitting on a ton of money. I think we wait another couple of weeks for this year end to come and go. And I just anticipate these companies to make announcement after announcement after announcement. And it could well be that the calendar is the issue. Can't guarantee it, but that could be it. I don't know. I like their overall game plan, what they want to do. They're financially sound, cash rich, and they have serious backers. And so we wait, and that's all. But that's the hard part, isn't it? It's the waiting. You got to tolerate this. This is so hard to take. If you're not used to it, this is hard to take. But this is the price you pay to be an investor. Time. Give it time. Give it time. Give it time. Anyway, Uncle Bruce, GameStop seems to be trading sideways kind of right now. What do you think of selling a covered call for next week, strike 170 for $450 and just sitting and forgetting it for a day or two, playing with fire? Look, there's nothing wrong with thinking that way. We're at 153.31, up $5 on the day here. For next week, Friday, 170s, I don't have a problem with that trade. I really don't. If you can get more, even better. Put in a stink offer at $4.95 or $5.45. If you get it, you get it. Take 170. Sure, that's $17 from here. I've been talking to people this morning about this Friday's calls and looking at maybe 155s, 157.50s, 160s, something like that. Again, it's a question of are the option premiums appropriate for you? Do they fit your they fit your eye? Do they look good to you? I'm looking right now at 155s for this Friday, 490 to 525, 5750s, 15750s are 370 to 460. That's a wide quote. And 160s are 315 to 345. So, the stock is moving higher to 153.61 here. If the shares want to get into this, like I said earlier, 154, 155, 156, 7 range, 160s are a good right. You might then get closer to 450 for them. You could look at 162s and 165s and get closer to 3.5. Again, for 3.5 days. If you can make $1 a day depreciation on your contracts, there's nothing wrong with this kind of money. $1 a day to hold your GameStop for every share you have. This is a payoff worthy of considering. And so you want to write next week contracts. We're talking now January contracts for January the 7th. According to my machine, which is probably a little behind right now, but 155s are 820 to 950. 160s are 7 to 740. So, if you can write 160s and get about $7 and they drop $4 in 4 days, trading days, thank you very much. That's $1 a day. If the stock wants to keep coming, it's 153.75. Want to go to 155, 156? These 160s will pop into the $758 neighborhood. You can get about $8 for that contract and buy it back for $4. Get $1 a day out of it. I say thank you very much for being a shareholder of GameStop. Whether you have 100 shares or 500 shares, $1 a day per share. I like the return. Anyway. What else is going on here? People are talking to each other, which is okay. Thank you, everybody, for hanging around. Anyway, there you go. Hope I'm answering your questions the way you like. 202-point gain on the Dow. Great. We'll see how long this lasts. S&P up 15. NASDAQ now up 28 points. So we have a little improvement there. We're still down 6 on Rocket Lab, down 11 on Sofi. GameStop up 538 to 153.69. Matterport down 47 cents, improving a bit. ME still up 24. Spire down 6. ATIP up a penny. Smart Rent down 14. Secterra down only 9 cents. 12.60 on Secterra. Okay. Apple down 18 cents. Microsoft turned the corner, up 116. Tesla only up 324 at 1,097. So, Nick, you're probably looking good on your contract again. If you've hung in there, and I'm sure you have, you're looking at this backing off. It might give you a little dip here in the next half hour, and that might be your opportunity to score a nice gain on that contract. Well done, sir. Let's see. Royal Caribbean turned around a little bit, up to 79.80, up 134. Goldman up 255 to 390.59. Giving those of you who have Goldman in the money contracts, you might be looking at 395s, 400s for either this Friday or next Friday to write some calls. Keep an eye on those. Nice recovery on the stock. Cisco's returned a little gain. We're up 11 cents on Cisco. Poor man covered call writing on Cisco is available with the $65, $66, $67 contracts this week, next week, and so on. Keep an eye on those. We're positive on Amazon. We're positive on Facebook. We're still down 14.85 on Google at the moment. Okay, go stocks, go. The Dow up 184, a little pullback. We're up 11 on S&P. We're up 8 on NASDAQ. Again, Apple is one that the markets are fantasizing about right now. They're fantasizing about Apple hitting 182.86, giving the company a $3 billion market cap value. It's 179.93 right now, down 40 cents. So that's the one real only story that's going on from what I can see what's happening. Okay, what else is going on here? Thank you all. And at current prices, which one has the higher upside, Sofi or Spire? Yeah. Not going to answer that question. You're on your own. I just like them. We're up 188 on the Dow. We're up 13 on S&P. We're up 22 on NASDAQ. Home prices advanced 19.1% annually in October, latest report coming out. Again, another reason why boomers are retiring early. Those who can are. I have a suspicion, a feeling that a lot of people out there who have boomers as mothers and fathers who are getting on, they're still living in their home. Those homes are dramatically rising right now in value. And the kids who are the inheritors are sitting there going, oh my God, mom and dad's values are just soaring here. Holy crap, what are we going to do? Are mom and dad going to stay in that house all the way? And we're not talking about, a $200,000 house being worth $220,000. We're talking about a house that might have been a $500,000-$600,000 house now pushing $1 million. There are hundreds of thousands of dollars moving around here that are really being discussion at the Thanksgiving table, at the Christmas table between siblings, going, wow, mom's on her own in that house, or mom and dad can't look after that house anymore. We are looking after mom and dad in that big house of theirs. And it has gone up $300,000 in value in 6 months. Wow. Like, geez, this is, if mom and dad, need to go into a senior center, the money is there to handle it because of the value of the house. This is a relief because the kids were worried that they would have to pitch in to help mom and dad retire into a senior center. All of a sudden they're on their own. They can do it on their own. This is changing lives in many areas. I mean, you can consider it sort of a sinister thing to talk like this, but it's practical to say, geez, mom and dad's value have really risen for them. This is good for the family. This is good for all of us. Peace of mind, financial stability. What do we do? Do we list the house now? Or we put it up for them? Do we move them into can we move them into a senior center and get the house sold in the next few months? And that guarantees 10 years of care, and they're in their 80s. This is likely the game plan. I mean, it's an uncomfortable topic sometimes to bring up too, isn't it? It is a tough one. Gamestop 153.70, by the way, up 539, looking good. I don't know, kids. We'll see what's going to happen here. Okay. Good morning, Uncle Bruce, Suxtel says, and says hello. Hi, say hi to you. I have Secterra. I got a $10 call option. It's going to expire in July of 2022. Are you lucky or what? Or are you smart? probably smart. I paid a premium of 213. It's trading at 212 right now. I think I'm up 97.33. My greed has gotten me to this past, has gotten to me in the past. Okay, so the you got a July 2022 Secterra, and the stock right now is sitting at 12.58, so it's worth 258 book value right now. So it's trading at higher than that. Has to be if you have a 10. And there's got to be some time value on it, I would imagine. So way to go. You don't have to do anything right now. You just let this stock keep going. There's dough coming into this deal, and I just think there's a deal cooking here. And just enjoy the run. If it wants to go to 12.85 today, 12.90, great. Wants to go to 13.20 next couple of days, fabulous. There's no stopping this stock. I don't see anything hurting it. I just see upside. So yeah, this is great. I'm happy. You anytime you want, you can roll it over, but you're under no pressure to do a rollover. You got a July contract. Way to go. If the stock goes up another buck or two to the 15 range, you can have a $5-something contract, give or take. I don't know how many you have, but you have a contract. You got a $500-$600 valued contract that you paid less than that for. You sell it, turn around and buy the stock with it, and then ride the stock from that point forward. You could do that. It's up to you. You're in a good position, and I'm happy for you. I love it. Let's see. Nazareth says to the Credit Savage, coach, max pain for next week is 160 on GameStop. So that's where I wrote my covered calls for GameStop next week, 160. There you go. GameStop right now, 155.11, up 680. Like I said, if it can reach this 155, 157 level, you might look at 155s, 157.50s, 160 contracts. 162.50s, 165s for next week, or 170s maybe. Keep an eye. The stock is improving. It's good to see. 157.41 high of the day on 334,000 volume. Way to go, GameStop. Keep going. 156.96 up 865. So keep an eye on this stock as it's topping up, and put in stink offers for some contracts if you like. Maybe 160s or 165s. You put in stink offers and say, you want to come up here and take them off me, I'll give them to you. That might be your plan. The whole plan. That might be the whole plan for this Friday. The whole plan. I like it. Showing on my computer, my iPad, which is 15 minutes behind. I'm showing 160s are still $2.99 to $3.15. They're up $1.22 at last trade, $3, so they're getting a little better. 157.50s are still $1 out of the money, $3.55 to $3.80. For next week in January, the first week of January, Jan 7 expiry, 160s are 6 to 7.40. I like that price. 165s are 5 to 5.90. So if they want to give a little more, if you can get the high end on these kinds of trades, you might want to consider that. So keep an eye. But that is for next week Friday, not this Friday. So up to you to decide where do you want to, pull the trigger on this. For January the 14th, you want to go out another week. You can write 160s for between 8.25 and 11.20. There's a quote, $4 quote. You offer at 11.15. All right. You might even offer at 12.45 and just stay up there if the stock wants to keep coming. 165s are 7.35 to 9.45. 170s for that next week are 5.65 to 8.10. So you definitely want to get closer to 8 if you're going to write a 170. Keep an eye. There's some opportunities on GameStop contracts. Let's keep an eye on that and see how the stock does. Right now, 154.13, topped out at 157. There will be the odd pullback and then another run. So watch this stock as it's doing its thing. Let's go. 63,000 wall of selling at 15.50 on Sofi, says LL. Right now we're at 15.29, down only a dime on the day. LL says butter, just butter. Coyote, were we supposed to inherit things? I missed the memo. Uncle Bruce, should I roll that $10 call option expiring July to a 750 maybe? No, I wouldn't be doing that. Let's see. Splair, go Sofi. At least now we can try to hit 15.50. Nick, I'm thumbs up number 215, just so you know, and I appreciate you letting me know. Tell me, all of you out there, would you do me a favor? Let me know, what number are you on the thumbs up meter? When you hit the thumbs up, what number are you? Let me know what number you are. Nick is number 215. GameStop, Uncle Bruce, got up late, missed a lot of profits, but I just locked in a nice profit on Tesla. Good job, buddy. Good job. Let's see, where is it now? Tesla, 1,085. Okay, nice job. Pickcomb, inheritance is one of those things to figure out clearly. It's the one thing which causes family to be a business and not a family. Nick, Uncle Bruce, should I sell my 100 Tesla long and pour all that into Sofi? Would that be a good move? There you are. Well, this is something that, you're talking apples to oranges when it comes to the difference in stock. Obviously, Sofi, at this pricing is attractive, but hey, this is a different ball game altogether. If you go from Tesla to other stock and write options, you still have the option writing capability. Right now, Sofi, it's just a capital gain scenario, but this is not my call to make. Wrote a GameStop 160 call that expires this Friday, says Frumbler, for $4. You're welcome, everybody. GameStop should now run up, and he was right. It did, but it's now 153.97 as it backs up a little bit. Frumbler, you're awesome. Hector, good morning. I've just awakened. What events have transpired during my absence? Hector wants to know. Absolutely nothing going on. We're only up 167 points on the Dow. We were up 200. We're up 4 on S&P, but we're down 24 on the NASDAQ right now. GameStop's around 155 right now. Like me, likey. Evan is saying, I got my GameStop 165 is expiring this Friday. Biting my nails now. I wouldn't worry about it. Malo, good morning. Bruce sold at GameStop 162.50 for 12.31 for 365. Right on. Spire, lightest volume ever. Sofi starting to run. John says, I'm 223. Dave, I'm 231. Suxtel, number 17. Alexander, I'm 221, buddy. What's cooking? I'm 228. Splair, I'm thumbs up 179. Joe, I'm number 233. Larry, I was like 30-ish. Gonzo, I was like number 18. Nicholas, hey team. Let's get on it and smash that like button. We can get to 400 this morning. Right there. Frumbler, I'm number 243. I'm here. CLC, I'm number 250. Pat, I'm 124. Larry, Uncle Bruce, I have Secterra, $10 call for Jan 23. I paid 276, now 350. What is the play? Thoughts? Sit tight, let it go higher. Beautiful job. Just let it go higher. JL, I'm number 253. Dr. G, just calculated my profits for the first year of option writing. 40% of my yearly salary. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. A way to go, Dr. G. And we only started talking about this. I started talking about writing covered calls in June. Kind of, and July. By July, I did classes, got the classes done by August-ish, and a lot of you figured it out through August and September. I mean, it's only been a few months for most of you. Way to go! Quick, 6 says, I was thumbs up number 60, by the way. AB, I got a January 12.5 call for Secterra and Rocket Lab, 17 total. If they hit 15 to 17 before then, is that a good time to take my money off the table? For me, I'd be excess of $3,000 profit if it happened. AB, always making profit is a good thing, but I would definitely want to give the first week of January a go on these stocks because we're coming out of tax loss and going into the new year. John, I'm usually faster on the thumbs up. Sorry for the delay, Uncle B. I actually have work to do this morning. Oh, my God. David R., I'm thumbs up number 58, buddy. Larry, thanks, Uncle B. Just needed some reassurance. You got it, man. You got it. Where are we at right now on the thumbs ups? I'm showing 264. Is that accurate? I'm going to just refresh my page. My thumbs up meter, 263 is what we're showing at right now. 265 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. 266. Here they come. They're just coming in one after the other. Thank you all so much for these thumbs ups on a very quiet market week. Do appreciate these thumbs ups. It really helps this channel. 272 now. They're coming in. The analytics folks in YouTube, they're looking for thumbs up action to direct people to. Simple as that. 153 now on GameStop, 153.17 up 45. We reached 157.41 about 10, 15 minutes ago. We backed up a little bit here. People are writing GameStop contracts this morning. We're looking to write 160s, 162.50s, 165s, all expiring this week or next week. Way to go. DQ, I was thumbs up number 30. Alexander, IC 272. Yeah, baby. We're rolling there. ME up a quarter at 703. Spire's gone green with a 1 penny gain. ATIP is green with a 2 penny gain. We're down 23 on Smart Rent, down 19 on Secterra. We're down 12 on Rocket Lab, but only 12. We're only down 14 on Sofi, 15.25 right now. GameStop up 4.92. Matterport down 66 at the moment. The Dow, a 204-point gain, a 4-point gain on S&P, and a 40-point loss on NASDAQ. Way to go. Welcome one. Welcome all to the show today. Good to have you here. Excuse me. A couple of the stocks we're watching. IBM at 132.31, up 69 cents. We got Microsoft down 126, Apple down 146, Tesla down 13.96 to 1,079 as it's backing up. Hey, Jen.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good stuff. Did you have good sleep and all?
I did. You?
You know, I think I did. I woke up again at about 2:45 on my own. The alarm isn't waking me up. I'm just I'm up and start reading the emails and start reading headlines and getting ready for the day.
There you go.
So I've been up since 2:45 today, getting ready for this show and talking to people about making money, because that's what we're here for. We're here to make money, and people are making money here.
That's
I'm really
good.
happy. I'm really pumped. I'm stoked about this. Love it.
I know. I do. I do.
Jen loves it too.
I just love it. It's like I don't know what it's like. It's being able to introduce this income stream to people who never thought about it.
Nope.
Who, if they heard about it, it sounded so complicated. You know, I don't have a master's in business. I'm not, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
You hear scary stories.
Yeah. The only stories you read about in the national media are scary stories.
The sensational ones.
Sensational, either profits or losses.
See, Randolph Hearst knew what he was doing.
Randolph Hearst.
Sensationalism sells papers.
That's right. Sensationalism sells newspapers and gets people to watch their websites or their vlogs or whatever they're doing, or their blogs. But when you investigate something like writing options, you quickly realize, okay, hold it a second. Bruce is talking about something here that is not a long shot bet in the market.
Very conservative.
Extremely conservative. There's no way I can make $1 million on one trade. I can't do that if I write an option. I can buy a call option and, in theory, have a fantasy thing happen to me where I buy a call option on GameStop at $10 when it was trading at $2, and then the stock went to $500 and I sold it for a huge profit. That's a fantasy world.
That's a once in a
and no one did that.
Lifetime.
And no one did that. It didn't happen for anyone because people had flipped in and out all the way up. But writing options is an absolute way to just consistently bring money into your account, week in, week out, month in, month out, money into your account, money into your account, money into your account. Where you're just saying, hey, you want to
500, 800.
Yeah, you want to gamble on my stock? I got stock you can gamble on. Instead of gambling on the hedge fund's position, why don't you gamble on mine? Here's some call options for you. You can try. Why'd you buy these? I'll always buy them back off you, but at a lower price. And there's your gain right there.
There it is.
The time, the clock works in your favor. Love it.
That's right. Fabulous,
man. Fabulous. We're just thrilled. We two talk about this every day, and we
really do.
We're so happy for you guys. So many of you, you're doing well.
Yeah, you're giving us all those good pheromones and good dopamines, and we just think it's wonderful.
We think it's great. We just love it. And this is one of those scenarios where somebody watches my classes. They watch 3, 4, 5, all 10 if they want. They start writing options, one contract here, one contract there.
Dip your toe in the water.
They try this, and then they realize, I see what he's talking about. Oh, that does work.
I see how this works.
And then they write more.
It works
and
up,
more.
It works down.
And they realize, as I have said all along, once you watch the classes, and you can rewatch them all you want, you can do this now for the rest of your life. This isn't like a 1 month opportunity to write contracts and then you can't do it anymore. This is forever. You'll be able to write options for years and years and years and years and years and years, and just bring in this cash.
Yeah.
You're just taking some money off the table that's out there. Billions of dollars are out there in the option market, and you're taking in thousands. None of you are going to take in millions. You're going to take in thousands. Some of you will take in tens of thousands. There might be a few that'll take in hundreds of thousands over a few years if you're building up your portfolio. And I say, great.
That's
Collectively,
right.
this channel is going to make millions of dollars from option contracts. Yes,
Isn't that amazing?
collectively. And that is so satisfying to know I've got a piddly little YouTube channel that has 90 odd thousand members, subscribers, and a small number of members, really. And these folks are making millions of dollars in the market. And it's just being handed to them just every week, every day, just being handed to them. Am I pumped up? Oh, yeah. Because it just, I don't have to worry about trying to show you a home run trade so that you'll stay my viewer. I don't want to play that game. I don't want that kind of pressure. I don't want to play those kind of stupid games. I'm not interested in the mother of all short squeeze channels. That's not my channel. Never has been. If you've been around a while, you know. That's why I'm just so grateful. Those of you who have become members of this channel and stay members of this channel, you're loyal to us, and we're able to just be loyal to you because you're keeping us on the air, and your generosity when you guys score a home run, we love it. We love it, and it's fantastic. Way to go, guys. Keep it going. Way to go. Now.
So I think I have a common problem associated with the holidays.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea what day it is. You know, like there's you lose those little clues.
The Monday to Friday routine is out the window.
My radio is completely off. It's different channels. Do you know that this morning at 6 o'clock it was minus 42 in Edmonton?
42 below Celsius in Edmonton this morning.
Oh my God.
No mosquitoes up there.
No.
Grasshopper problem solved.
Yeah.
No locusts. No locusts in Edmonton.
Those little bunnies and the deer. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, they're hardy creatures.
It just came in so fast.
And birds. How do birds survive who don't migrate south? It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yikes, man. Yikes. Yeah. So we don't have that problem.
What nice toasty warm thing can I give you to warm your tummy?
Yes. Maybe today.
Oatmeal. No.
Maybe today it's ham and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Make sure the cheese is still good though, because that cheddar's getting old.
Oh, is it starting to grow a beard?
I don't know. You have to really watch.
Okay, I'll look.
Watch for that. We do have that other cheese, but is that appropriate for that? That's where we're going to take that back.
It's more like a mozzarella melty cheese.
Yeah,
but we can try it.
Or we got cream cheese.
We do have cream.
I'm not sure what cream cheese
and
ham.
The what is it? The white gold.
The white gold. I got the Philadelphia bricks that you can't find at Costco. We were at our Costco last week. There was no Philadelphia cream cheese available in bricks.
That's right.
Just tubs. Yeah, that's right. I'm selling my bricks for $100 a piece.
I bet you there's people doing that.
Found a new way to make money, selling Philadelphia cream cheese by the brick.
On the black market. White gold on
the black market. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, I'll go see what I can do.
If the cheddar,
no egg, just ham and cheese.
If cheddar's no good,
okay,
then scratch all that, and I'll go with a schmear.
Oh, okay.
So it's either ham and cheddar cheese or schmear.
Oh, completely.
Oh. Now I'm going to see what happens. See what comes in the door.
That's it.
What do I get? I don't know. Thank you, Jen. So we'll see what's going on. Fantastic, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's go. 40% of my profits from option writing. Nice. 40% of my yearly salary. That changes a life. You can do that again this year or double that this year or more. Oh, that's a game changer. Yeah. Quick Six says I'm some number 60, by the way. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, everybody. Let's see what else is happening here. What other comments have I got to go through here? I've just woken up from after Christmas dinner, says Gregory. I think I may have indulged. Can I have a sandwich, please? Larry says, good morning, Jen. DQ, Gregory, Alan, well done. Malo, good morning, Auntie Jen. Guy sold a 162.50 strike on GameStop for Jan 7. I got $790 for it. Now we wait. Now you're talking. $790 just came in the front door of that guy's house, and he's going to give some of it back, but not much. That's the strategy if you can pull this off. Very nice. GameStop right now, 151.71 up 340. And he wrote a 162.50 contract. That is 11 out of the money. Nice contract. Well done. Bringing in money, bringing it in here. We're up 30 cents on ME at 708. We're up a penny on ATIP. We're down 23 on Smart Rent. We're down 1.5 pennies on Spire. Secterra down 9 cents right now. The Dow up 183. S&P up 5.7. NASDAQ down 21.9. All right. Funny story I heard is, oh my God, people are finding if they make 50 grand on the market using brokerage apps, then you have to pay taxes on it. And there's still 30,000 richer after taxes. Point being disaster? I don't think so. Yep. And they just interviewed people complaining about taxes. Yep. There you go. Want to feel that stream of dopamine. Suxtel, Uncle B, last question. Given what you said about airlines, should I unload Boeing? Been going up the last few days. I'm near even on this thing. Thinking of trading it in for more Rocket Lab. What are your thoughts? Well, if you had 100 shares or more, I'd be telling you to write options on it. That's what I'd be telling you to do. Or if you were close enough to be able to buy enough stock to get to 100 shares of Boeing, I'd tell you to write options on it and then take the premium money and do whatever you want with it if you want to go into Rocket Lab. But if you don't have that many shares of the stock, then you decide you're going to sell it at a break even, Totally up to you. Keep speaking the truth, Uncle B, says KY. Thank you. John, Uncle Bruce, I made the decision to take profits from my small positions to buy multiple 100-share lots of Sofi, Spire, waiting for the chance to write options on both. Never look back. Thank you for the wisdom. Right on, John. It's going to happen. First big score will prompt a nice donation to PayPal. Well, I'll look forward to that. Let's see. Coyote, I'm well aware of the day because I'm working all through this. 90% of the team is out, says Coyote. Aaron, when is a good time to write options on Sofi? When it breaks through the 20 range, getting the 22, 24 range, we'll be talking about it. My thinking is that when Sofi does go through 20, it's going to keep on going. It's not going to just get there and back up. It might go just right past it. And we get to that 23, 24 level, you're going to be looking at option writing from there. We'll see how it goes. Okay. See you all at 3, says Scott Brewer. The office beckons me. Right on, Scott. Thank you, John. Over $20, Bruce says, for writing options. Let's see. Thanks, John. Bought calls on cream cheese, says DQ. Trying to get that cheddar. Aaron, what about Spire? Can it go higher? Good morning from a 32 degree below zero Fahrenheit, Celsius. Dave, the Mac guy, says, yikes. I bought 4 bricks of cream cheese yesterday to make sausage dip for party. Ooh, my. I smell money, says, I was thumbs up number 7. AB, given the stock buybacks in tech going on in 2022, are any of the leveraged big techs ETFs any good or no good? What's bad about leveraged 3-time ETFs? Well, I'm not an expert in the triple ETF market. I avoid that kind of topic. It's not my forte. But if you're getting an ETF that is tech dominated, I look for continued upside. I just do. They're making a ton of money. They're buying back a ton of stock. They're raising their dividends, and I don't care about the interest rate hikes. It's not going to be an issue. Splair, if the cheddar stacks would hear this, that you mix up cheddar and other milk products, oh my God. Steady mistake. I wish I had someone that looks at me like Bruce looks at Jen. How about that? Nazareth, morning again, everybody. Done my day job for a bit now. Right on, Nazareth. Dr. G, almost all my mistakes writing options were buying back too early, still developing my intestinal fortitude. Okay. GameStop, 151.57, still up 326, but it was at 157 a share, and the people did write options up here. We'll watch that. The Dow up 183, S&P up 7.9. NASDAQ up 8.9. DQ says, actually, I went to the store yesterday, and they were full stocked on cream cheese, making buffalo chicken dip. Right on. That's good to hear. I guess the craft people stepped it up and got it going and got delivery trucks out. Way to go, Kraft. Well done. Philadelphia cream cheese. Oh my. Rocket Lab down a dime. Sofi down 16. Matterport down 57. We're up 2 on Spire, and we're up 2 on ATIP. Still down 20 on Smart Rent, and we're up a nickel. No, down a nickel on Secterra, but only down a nickel now on the Secterra shares. We're up 61 cents on IBM, 132.22. Microsoft down 44. Apple down $1. Tesla down 444 to 1,089. Bed Bath Beyond down a quarter. BlackBerry up 12. Royal Caribbean up 87 cents. Goldman up 221 to 390.26. All righty, there's the latest. Watching this market. Uncle Bruce, when is a good time to write call options on Spire? To write an option on Spire. The stock seems to never move from where it is at now, and I don't get how this multi-million-dollar space company can trade so low. Well, you don't write contracts on Spire when Spire's at $3.83 a share. You don't. So now is not a good time. Under $20 isn't a good time at all. So you got to wait it out. And Aaron, you might feel like it's forever, but it's not forever. It's been a 3-month cataclysmic drop from where it was to where we are. And we may have a 3-month cataclysmic rise from where we are to where we were. And that isn't forever either. But you've got to understand that you're going to have to take time to let this happen, let this come around, because it's going to come around. Anyway, it's a lot more fun when it goes up, though. I'll grant you that. GameStop right now, 490,000 volumes, says Coyote. That's how much we have now on GameStop. 151.40 up 309 on GameStop. 157.41 for the high of the day at this point. Right now, Boeing and Disney are the biggest winners as the Dow puts distance between it and 36,000. So might not be a good day to sell Boeing today. Boeing might be on a bit of a run here. Who knows? John, Aaron, no premiums on anything this low in price. Trust me, I have looked. Sadly, we must wait. Beach Boy, GameStop is up. Was up to 157 there for a while, but Aaron, thank you for the insight, Uncle B. You got it. Will Carruthers, do you write anything in that on that little pop? You write anything in little pop? Please ask it. There you go. 152 on GameStop, up 369 a share. The Dow's up 162, was up over 220. We're up 7 or roughly on S&P. We're down 2.5 on NASDAQ. That is what's going on. What else?
What's going on?
What's going on? We got cheddar. Do we have mayo, horseradish mayo on here?
Of course you do.
You gotta love that. Yummy. We got the bagel with the ham and the cheese. And I'm gonna do my Bill Cosby impersonation. We got the bagel and the ham and the cheese.
Is that what that was?
No, it's terrible.
It's a good thing you told us.
Yeah, it's a good thing you let us know who that was, because we had no idea who the hell you're impersonating. We got the ham and the cheese and the bagel, and you want to come over for drinks later?
The secret is, I'm going right past that. The secret is that you got to nuke the ham and the cheese.
Yeah.
While the bagel is cooking.
Yeah.
To get them a little warm, a little together there.
That's what you got to do. I mean,
gotta do.
There's a system here.
Okay. The devil is in the details.
You don't just guess. No, that's right. Rocket Lab just went green. We're up a penny on Rocket Lab.
Yay. There you go.
We're only down 14 on Sofi. We're up 4 on
Your
GameStop.
screen is again very Christmassy, red green.
It's red green. Yeah, Matterport down 62. Emmy up 29, and Spire up a penny, and ATIP up 2. Yeah, we're trying.
So, does this mostly American community know what the Red Green Show is? Do they know who Red Green is?
I don't know. Do you guys know who Red Green is?
If you can't find a man handsome, at least you can find him handy. With his red green suspenders. Tom Green. Yeah.
When was he on? Like 15, 20 years ago?
I think so, but it's one of those shows that is constantly being replayed, so you never know.
It's probably on the Comedy Network or something like that.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Is he still alive?
I have no idea. Oh, you got the piece that shouldn't have been in there.
They got something.
I managed to get that.
Here it is.
It's that
I found it.
that gristle piece.
No,
No?
no.
Oh no.
Thank you.
It's a piece of
It's the wax paper between the cheddar cheese slice.
Oh my god, that's hysterical.
So I'm wondering if I have it on this half too.
Okay.
Is she trying to kill
I'm
me?
looking.
Is she
I'm
trying to
looking.
kill
Oh,
me?
look, you got my boob.
Yeah, there it is. Right there. Look at that. Look at that.
One.
Look at what I get. Trying to do me in on live YouTube. Poisoning Uncle Bruce
But
live.
I just like to mention something. There seems to be here. Where are we? There seems to be a bit of paper missing.
Yeah. I chewed it over here. Yikes.
Okay. Well, on that note, I'll leave.
Oh, thank you, Auntie Jen.
We're doing something.
You guys want her to make you one? You know, the Philly cream cheese might have been a better idea, don't you think? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to invite her over for a drink. She's going to kill me. Not going to happen. Putting the paper in between the cheddar and the ham and the bagel and no, that's not good. Oh my gosh. Coyote says, well, yeah, stink bid hit $7.90 for next Friday strike, $162.50 stink offer. Uncle Bruce, when am I allowed to let the leash out to write some covered calls? You know, you gotta be looking at a little pop here right now, 151. We're gonna just hold off here, see what's going on, and see what happens. Falls says, what am I supposed to do while waiting to write options on these stocks? Work? I'd rather just sit and watch a show. Thank you very much. We're all antsy to write calls. Now, I hear you. Did you hire movers to carry the frozen bagels to the new condo this weekend? I haven't done that yet. Oh, man. Don't accept the drinks. Oh, my God. I love the Red Green. Grew up watching Red Green with my dad. Wait, you know who Tom Green is? This is nice. Did Jen just say you find a man handsome? Victims say the darndest things. I know Red Fox. Wow, Jen's face on camera. Oh my word! Did that go into the toaster? Was that it? No, it didn't. Beach Boy DQ. Haven't you heard? I volunteered to help with the move, zeroing in on the bagels. What is happening? I got a glimpse of Jen. Oh my, it's honest mistake. Yeah, but that's 1 out of 2,000 bagels, Bruce. Gotta bind you up, Uncle B. Oh, she's trying to kill him. That's just a bit of a paper missing. Oh man. Looks like Goldman Sachs will require all employees to get the booster shot if they want to keep working there. I like it. Finally, company taking the right stance and a smart one at that. The paper will distract them from the cyanide. Oh, man. I have the sound off because Uncle Bruce is eating, but that was funny. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Not easy being me. It's not easy. I'm going to have to get quality control in here. Yep. The Secret Service. Check things out for me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. Credit Savage decided to write a covered call on Gamestop for this Friday. The stink bid was $6.50. Just bought it back for $4. I just made $250 for the day in 20 minutes. God bless you, Uncle Bruce. I'm going to have my coffee now. Goodbye. Way to go, man. Way to go, man. Nice little hit there. Thank you very much. An easy $250. That'll pay for a couple of Starbucks coffees in Hawaii. And more. Beautiful. Oh, boy. assassination attempts in plain English. Well, if that paper had been tasty, I'd have eaten it, but it wasn't. Go YIBM. Go YBM. 132.11 up 49 cents. I don't know. Microsoft up 20. Apple down 85. Tesla 1,086 down 792. Royal Caribbean up 79 cents. Goldman up 152 to 389.56. Goldman topped out at 191 this morning. Perfect time to write Goldman calls. Rocket Lab up 2 pennies to 11.92 right now. That might be near the high of the day on this thing. 11.94 the high. 641,000 volume. And Sofi 15.16 down 23. GameStop 151.10 up 279. If GameStop can do a 155 to 160 run, you might want to look at writing 160 calls, 165 calls for Friday. See what happens. So far, so good. Good. Note to self: invent horseradish flavored paper. Note to self: I love stink bits. I was able to make $175 on GameStop in 10 minutes, says Kent. I'm now ready to write again. Thank you, Bruce. I'm getting it. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. Way to go. Way to go. This is awesome stuff. Beautiful. 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 Why is Boeing and Disney going up? Anybody know? Anyone? There we go. I don't know. Did Boeing land a contract? I don't know. Is Boeing closer to get the 777 cleared? I don't know. By the way, I'm just getting I'm getting messages from folks about one-on-ones to get together. I'm booked out for Sunday. I'm completely sold out, but I have openings on Saturday. If anyone wants to do a one-on-one, I can do openings on Saturday. Thank you for the 319 thumbs ups, everybody. Keep them coming in. I appreciate that. Fun times. Credit Savage. I wrote GameStop 155 covered call for Friday, and I sold it for 650 while I was asking you a question, and it popped a bit, so the wife put in a stink bid, and we just placed a buyback at 4. It just got filled fast. Had to clarify. Boom! There you go. Hector, good quip. Good question, Uncle Bruce. Boeing landing a contract. Nice. Excel Bruce had cheese paper in his bagel today. Will be irrational. It's all irrational. There you go. So, yeah, if any of you want to have a one-on-one, Saturday, 10 in the morning Eastern, noon Eastern, or 2 in the afternoon Eastern, available Saturday only. Sunday is gone. Dow still holding 167, now 171 point gain. Deep Thoughts by Joe Oliva. Correct me if I'm wrong, Uncle Bruce, but I think we're going up. Is there more buyers than sellers? Did I get that right? You could be onto something there, Joe. I mean, you could be onto something big time here. Keep up the good work, man. I love it. I love it. Oh boy, oh boy. Mm. I love seeing my viewers making money in the market. Oh boy, I'm done. I am done. Oh, so good. Finally, validation from Uncle Bruce. There you go. DQ, mind blown. Joe, mind blown. Oh boy. Nice to saying, Joe, you are smart. Suxel, Boeing is getting squeezed. How about that? Oh boy. Where is it at now? Boeing here. 207.69 up 452. Boeing in the last week, a week ago, was sitting at like 192 something, December 21. 192, now 207. In the last month, yeah, that was 180, 186 was the low just before the 20th or so, around the 20th of December. Yeah, 187 was a low. Now 207, $20 gain since then. It was as high as 211 back on, looks like December 8th or so. It's been a rough year for the stock. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's not making a profit right now, but the street's buying it long term. The turnaround, that's what they're buying it for. 207.45, high of 208.94 on Boeing today. That's where we're at. I know I have viewers that own Boeing, and they have over 100 shares. And I recommend that they write call options on them. Always about $5-10 ahead of the market. Always writing call options. And if you have to roll over, you roll over. And what's your favorite kind of bagel? Do you like cinnamon raisin? Oh God, no. No, it's sesame seed bagel. Joe, a validation from the group. It took me a while, people, but I got it there. I got there, says Joe. Joe, what happens when the stock goes down? Skill testing question. Kent is saying, I was so obsessed with GameStop this morning. I forgot about Goldman Sachs. Still a good time to write Goldman Sachs, or wait for a pop a bit if it does it today. Goldman right now is at 389. It's still up $1.17. So, for Friday, take a look at 395s, 394s, 396s, something like that. Or for the Friday after, look at 395s to 400s. Take a look what's going on there. No hints, says Nice, for you, Joe. What happens when stocks go down? Yeah, Kent, take a look at the Goldman Sachs. Keep an eye on the markets too. If the Dow takes a pop higher, Goldman might run up to 390 again, 391. You may want to put in a stink offer on a call you want to write. So if you can get a high end hit on a sale, they take you out higher up. Great. You don't want to just hit the bid though. So be greedy and see what you can get. Let's see. 174 gain on the Dow right now. A little improvement here. Up 8 on S&P, down only 9 on NASDAQ. Okay. GameStop 153.41 up 510. Looks like I'm taking a little pop now. Good to see another little run coming on GameStop. Let's see how much more ammo does it have. Can it hit a new high? Can it reach the high we had? Get ready to write. Get ready to write contracts depending on just what kind of momentum we have on this stock here over the next 10, 20 minutes. 153.41 last trade, up 510 on the stock. The high today, 157.41, $4 higher. It's been 4 higher already. See how much of this can be recovered. Okay. Tim wants to know, Uncle Bruce, what do you think about writing covered calls on Matterport? Stock's at $23, down 91 cents. It's being range bound lately between this 21 and 25 range. So, as it moves higher towards 25, writing 2250s or writing 25s and then waiting for a pullback and then buying them back could be a good strategy. You can go longer if you want. If you want to go a month out to Febs, you can look at writing 25 to 30s. You can always keep that in mind as well. You can momentum trade it if it gives you enough movement. But at the moment, the contracts that are out there now, I believe, are January. I'm not sure what dates, the 17s or something like that. I'm not even sure. I'm just going to pump this up right here, right now, see if I can see it. Jan 21s. So those are the next contracts that expire for Matterport. Unfortunately, we don't have weeklies yet. Very frustrating. But 2250s are 230 to 250. They're off 42 cents today. Those are 2250s. 22.5s, last trade 141 down 28, and 30s today are 45.55 down 16 cents. So if Matterport wants to give a little climb up here and give you a little pop, you might be able to write 2250s, maybe closer to the $3 level. Maybe 25s you could consider writing around the 175, 185 level. They're out of the money at the moment. They might be out of the money even if the stock rate runs to 23.50, 24. They might give you a little bit more, and then you grab that premium and sit back and take a dip profit or just a complete expiry date return on them as well. I mean, you can write them now. Obviously, you can write right now $25 calls for the 21st of January. You could if you wanted to, but you're going to bring in about $1.40, $1.45. That's it. Now, if you put in a stink offer, 159, 164, in case there's a bit of a rally this morning, 50 cent, $1 rally, you might get that much on the way out, and then ride the 25 to hopefully to zero, or a 50, 70 cent gain and buy them back cheaper. There's all kinds of strategy. Time is your friend if you can do it. Done. Thank you, Bruce, says Kent. Way to go. Let's see. Joe is saying, nice, you got to slow down. I don't have everything figured out yet, but I'll get there. Many years ago, Gonzo was saying, many years ago, Dunkin' Donuts had a salsa bagel. It was the best with sausage, egg, and cheese. Ooh, goodness. Einstein's Bagels has a jalapeno cheddar bagel that is dynamite. Ooh. I think Boeing will build those space planes like Richard rode to space. Possible. Joe is nice thing to Joe. Just kidding. Let's see. Jonathan, Uncle Bruce, should I try to buy some ATIP calls? Stock hasn't impressed me lately. The stock is timeless and the stock is super cheap. 309 on the stock. I mean, I'd just be buying up this stock. Just buy it and buy it and buy it and buy it. That's what I'd be doing. Just be buying it up. Just grab it, put it away. GameStop 152.45 up 414 right now. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Hector, WestJet is emailing me regarding their Boxing Day sale ending. I need them to stay in business. There you go. I smell money. Buy ATIP stock or the January 2024 contract. ATIP is growing quickly. and keeping up on staff. Medicare also increased the amount it pays, meaning ATIP people will be paid more. Just buy the stock. Just buy up the stock. Yeah, don't worry about the other stuff. Gotcha. Thanks, Uncle B. You got a Tim 6L. BA has that factory worker issue, right, Uncle B? I pay attention. Joe, laugh out loud. I appreciate you pushing me to keep learning. Down 13 on Rocket Lab. We're up down 30 on Sofi. We're ahead 459 now on GameStop, 152.90. Matterport down $1.02 to 22.89. ME up 24 to 702. Spire unchanged. ATIP down a couple of pennies at 309. Super Bargoon. Smart Rent down 47 cents. A little pullback now. Secterra down 18. AMC down 32, Robinhood down 21, Vanik down 229, Home Depot 138 gain at 405.47. IBM holding a 62-cent gain to 132.24. The Dow up 155. Microsoft down 21 cents, Apple down 50, Tesla down 499 to 1,088. Bed Bath Beyond down 36. BlackBerry down up a penny. Royal Caribbean up 40 cents. Goldman up 57 cents. Cisco up 4 cents. Norwegian up a dime. Carnival up 48. Amazon up $41. Facebook up 280. Google still down 1671. That's what we are. Well, some of our favorites here. Following these markets, let's go. Hello, Bruce from Mr. Mojo Rising. How you doing? Let's go. I recommended a friend apply. Pickno says, I recommended a friend apply to ATI after hearing here they were staffing, and he got hired. Laughing out loud. Interesting. John, I got to get on a client meeting. Have a great rest of the show, everyone, says John. See you in the afternoon. Thanks, John. Nice to sing, Joel. Olivia, absolutely. Mr. Mojo, increased my position in ATIP and Spire, and my Nokia 2023 options are looking great. Right on. Way to go, man. Keep it going. Way to go. GameStop up now $5, 506 to 153.37. Goldman holding a 74-cent gain right now. Looking for another pop on Goldman. That might give us some of you out there an option writing opportunity. Dow up 160, S&P up 669, NASDAQ down 15.8. Oil up 48 cents to 76.05 on oil. All right. Okay. Let's see. What else is going on here? Bruce, I was watching the new Will Smith Nature documentary last night. They actually showed what happened to Henry and Donna, and it wasn't pretty. Sometimes security footage can show you some pretty ugly stuff, and you get these kids who just, one just being flighty and the other one just being bullheaded about it, too big for their britches, maybe, and really nasty stuff can happen. I mean, it can be just nasty as can be. 153 on GameStop up 469. Henry, poor old Henry, I don't know if he'll be all that missed, really. I mean, he was a bit of an aloof kind of a character, didn't have a lot of meat to those bones, really. I mean, Henry was, he didn't really ultimately take good care of himself. And Donna, well, Donna was a piece of work. I mean, Donna was, Donna, she just went out there and didn't have a care in the world and really wasn't interested in looking after herself. and you tell her, I wouldn't recommend you do that. And she just ignore you. She, whatever, And Donna just, rushes right into things. Well, she probably won't be doing that anymore. She rushed one too many times, and it caught up to her, didn't it? I mean, the pack caught up to her finally. And, I'm sorry. Nice to see Gregory Davis. I'm not caught up yet. DQ. Henry was awesome. Donna was terrible. Henry, I mean, he could do you a favor from time to time, if you helped Henry out, Henry would help you out, but Donna, you couldn't trust her because she just took from people all the time, just took from everybody else. But at the end, they took from her. They took a lot off of her. They took a lot off of her at the end. I'll tell you that. Cheddar. Okay, so a lot of things just trended down a bit. Red, so familiar. Pickcomb. You'll never forget the ghostly presence of Henry McGee. Never forget that. Oh yeah, it's the ghostly presence of Henry McGee. Oh my. Mm. Yeah, Henry, he wasn't a good golfer. You remember that? Really, the guy was too twitchy on the greens, and when he's getting ready to tee off on the tee, he was always readjusting that club head behind the ball. You know those kinds of guys that they put the ball on the tee, and then they stand there and they put the club behind it, and then they lift it and they put it behind it. You wonder, when are you going to hit the ball? Like, you don't want to say anything because you don't want to interrupt the routine, because you're hoping the routine's almost over. But some of these guys, I don't know. Crazy 49er. Hey, crazy 49er. Thanks for being here. If you've renewed, I thank you. If you're brand new, I super thank you for being here. This is good stuff. Anyway, there you go. Go to, you don't want to owe Henry money. Trust me. If you valued your kneecaps, you didn't want to be indebted to Henry. Good riddance, I say. Henry and Donna, I may have to Google those two. Nice says left. Nice. Crazy for an long time lurker, first time member. Oh, beautiful. First time member on the channel. This is good stuff. I love welcoming new members here. Welcome to the gang today. Make sure to use those emojis. We're having fun here. Flesh and Fiction. Holy crap, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Oh, Flesh. This has been an ongoing story. I mean, we have been torn. Well, not we. I mean, Don and Henry were just torn to pieces about this whole thing. This whole story. But just being torn to shreds. Poor Henry, he would have eaten wax paper in between the cheese slices for Donna. Oh, the Henry would do anything. I mean, he was so gullible. But Donna, she wouldn't do jack squat for anybody. Brad, what the heck are you guys talking about? Glad to have you here, says nice. DQ, welcome, crazy 49er. Welcome, says KY. Hector, Flesh and Fish. Only a few here know the true story of what happened to Henry and Donna. Henry and Donna, the long and short of it was that Henry, he was having a great time earlier in the day, just kind of lazing about out in the plain. But that sun, without shade, it just got so warm and it got getting hot, and the grass started drying out. And Henry figured it's time to go with the herd and head to greener pastures, right? And I guess Donna was just with the gang, hanging around and just kind of going with the flow. And you get to that beautiful river of life, But you really only experience the river twice a year. You cross it once, and then 6 months later you cross it again. So you're really only experiencing the river a couple of times a year, and you can forget. Some of the shenanigans that went on the last time you crossed the river. And with Henry, if the guy would have just stayed with the herd, go with the gang, instead of going off on a flighty little flight on his own. We haven't seen that guy since. And Donna, well, Donna, I mean, she's with you, and then she's not with you, and you think she's loyal to you, and then she's not, and she's with the herd, and then she's not. And, such a show off too. I mean, look what I can do, and she go off on her own, and I can do this on my own. Well, this time it cost her. I mean, she just went off the beaten path and went into a little too deep. She just went out there a little too deep. And, next thing you know, she's just bobbing up and down. And she was saying something, but nobody could make it out. No one could quite make out what she was trying to say. Welcome, crazy 49er. Donna was a hitter. I'm missing the joke because it's gone. Joe, Donna knew Henry was dyslexic. That was a mean joke. Luckily, there were 2 crocs that day. Anyone else get Secterra warrant redemptions? Crazy 49er, everyone out here who's been asking about these warrants, I've been telling them to sell them and take the money and run. Just sell them off. Torn to pieces sounds savagely tragic. Yeah, but, to shreds, you say? Yeah, Donna knew too much and Henry knew too little. Donna was a receptionist at a trading office. They're crazy. Yes, I sold my 600 warrants yesterday, says Robert. Coyote bobbing around like a cauliflower. Donna just next thing you know, she's bobbing up and down and she's spinning around like a top. And, there's just pieces all over the place. And Henry, he actually went down with not much of a fight. Henry was, 1 second he's just kind of bobbing along. Next thing you know, he's He's staring down the throat of an impossible situation. And, the guy's got a splitting headache all of a sudden. And next thing you know, someone's nipping at his tail. You can't yell from underwater very much. No one hears you. Anyway, I'm thumbs up number 340 says that, hey buddy, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Thumbs up number 340. Donna just spinning around, and pieces are just flying everywhere. And it was like there was a party going on in Donna's neighborhood. At the very end of it, there was a big party going on. But I don't think Donna was having particularly a good time because these guests weren't necessarily invited, and she wasn't really all that impressed with the way they were serving it up. Thank you, Uncle Bruce and Robert. KY's laughing. Nice. Again, I am not caught up, guys. Hector, poor Henry. It was a Friday afternoon, and the market had been down all week. He was looking forward to a weekend to just kind of gather his thoughts, gain a bunch of strength and confidence, and get right back at it on Monday. But you had to fjord this one obstacle. You had to go through this one obstacle. If he'd have just gone with the gang instead of just being flighty about it, it wouldn't have cost him the ultimate price. But the guy just you couldn't talk sense into this guy. There was no way to talk sense into this guy. In the end, it came down to a few guys just finally straightened him out, kind of, and then I guess they got picky with him. They picked him apart. They picked apart all of his weaknesses, all of his loose ends. All the loose ends that Henry was carrying definitely got looked after. At the end, there were no loose ends left. It was just it was all. Everything got gobbled up. Let's just put it that way. Everything was gobbled up, and we're just not going to have to worry about Henry anymore. Little ditty about Henry and Diane, two American kids growing up in the heartland. All right, who got murdered? Donna was a chunk of change. Donna, that took a while. Donna did not go, easily, and Donna it took a team effort to really, deal with Donna's issues. A huge team effort, really. Donna was just wait for Henry. Dead weight. At the end, Donna was a whole bunch of dead weight, and the herd kept coming, and there were reports that pieces here and there were discovered, but really it was just, what it was? It was leftovers, right? It was just a bunch of leftovers. That's all it is. The memories and everything. I just recalled who they are, says the Savior. Got a catchy tune. It'll be a hit. Serengeti, it's a cruel, cruel place. And boy, there's life and there's death. And at the end, Henry and Donna are just two of many who really paid the ultimate price for their weaknesses, right? They just were not able to handle, that obstacle that sometimes comes in front of you when you're, having to go from one place to another. You come across these, instead of a fork in the road, you come across a river that just flows with uncertainty. And, I guess in Henry's case, it was one step too far. And in Donna's case, it was just charging ahead without care and without caution. I think that, maybe that's it. Hector, it's a work in progress. I'm trying to find a way to incorporate a weird lyric about chili dogs, though. We're up 165 points right now on the Dow. We're up 7.79 on S&P, and NASDAQ down 19. Goldman is up a quarter right now. Our friends over at GameStop are 152.51, up 4.20 a share. We're still down 18 on Rocket Lab. We're down 40 on Sofi. Matterport down $1. ME up at 6.99, up 21 cents. Spire down 2 cents. ATIP down 3 cents. Smart Rent down 46 and Secterra down 21. So it's a sea of red over there on a lot of our stocks, yet it's mainly green on the big board right at this point in time. IBM 132.40 up 78 cents. Looking great. Looking great. Microsoft up 23 and Apple up 89. Apple now 181.22, taking a run at this high level, this number. Apple needs to get to 182.83 or something like that, and that will give the company a $3 trillion valuation. And it's trying to take a run at it, even though today they had to admit they closed 16 stores in New York due to the COVID variants, viruses, and there might be other cities shut down on Apple. We don't know. We'll see what's going on. What can I say? What's going on here? Yeah, there was no fork in the road. It was a knife. Well, you could have said it might have been a job breaking experience, but it really wasn't a job breaking experience, was it? It was more of just you just people just had to bite down on it and just twist it off and move on, I suppose. I don't know. Wikipedia says that Henry and Donna Crocodile Rescue Shelter ended up with a snap. Oh my goodness. 180.99 on Apple. The high today, 181.33 so far on Apple. So it's trying to hold a gain here. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. It's had a few runs at it, but it hasn't done to do it. Circumstances chewed him up. Yes, that's true. Whatever Donna and Henry were offering, it got gobbled up in no time. It just got gobbled up. Everybody wanted in on it. It was just a pack of these guys came in to just gobble up whatever they were offering, and that damn river can be so cutthroat. I know it's it just silently flows, but what happens under the surface, you never know, right? And there's just so much going on. You just don't see it. You don't know. The folks in the herd had no idea. All these bite jokes, I just don't get it. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew. You'd think that with a 250,000 in the herd, you'd have a lot of eyes and ears, paying attention to what's going on. That these folks are just so frantic about, getting to where they got to go, and they don't have time to wait around, and they're not going to help you if you trip and fall or anything like that, or you run into a little headwind. It's almost like a bunch of crock is going on. Like a whole bunch of crock. That's what it is. Donna was choked up about the whole thing. I don't trust her. She says things and lies and misleads. It's almost like crying wolf. Like after a while, you just don't believe it anymore. And you see her in the water, just going, "Oh, help me," and you're just going, "Oh, come on, cut it out. Stop with the fooling around. Stop with the tomfoolery. And stop spinning around like that. What are you doing? You're not supposed to do that. That's ridiculous. Just showing off. I don't know. Thinking about selling me ATIP Aspire, Yoling, Matterport, and Sofi. Austin has issues. 347 late to the party. Where you been, Joe? I don't agree. Donna didn't have a good bone in her body. You see there that, and at the end of it all, she just didn't have the bones for it, didn't have the guts for it, didn't have anything. She just, at the end of it, she had not. She was a shell of her former self, and even that, you couldn't. It was unrescuable, right? She lost her head, right? Really, she just lost her head, and she's up to her neck in all kinds of problems. We find out, eventually we figured out she was up to her neck in all kinds of problems. She lost her head, and there's just no, spineless, exactly, spineless, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys would never say this to Donna's face, and it. Hard to say it now, hard to say it to Donna's face at this point in time. Adventures Duncan, what's up, Donkey? Can I call you that? As Austin. First you call him that, then you ask him if you can call him that. My goodness. It was hard to talk to Donna face to face, but at the very end, She wasn't listening to anything you had to say. I mean, she just wasn't listening to anything anyone was saying to her. She was just yelling and yelling and yelling out. It was ridiculous. It just got to be it got to be too much. You can call me Austin. It's all good. Or autism. It's good. Adventures with Duncan. Well, it all depends. Henry, he was that. I would say, put it this way: he was a silent type, but he wasn't all that strong. He was a silent type, and when Henry checked out, he just checked out, and Henry was gone. Henry was just gone. But yeah, Donna went in a blaze of glory. Like it was a big fireworks show with Donna, and just yelling away and splashing about, always trying to be the center of attention. And boy, at the end, I got to admit, you got to admit this with Donna at the very end, she was the center of attention. The Saber says at the end of the day, though, Donna ended up with nothing to show for it, though. I agree with that. Henry was strong, but smell isn't everything. Adventures of Duncan Austin. Yeah, that's right. But Donna had, at the end, it's true, there was nothing to show for all of that. We had the big splash event, and the big whatever. Oh, look at me, But when it was, when it was all said and done, there was nothing left. I feel like we're beating a dead wildebeest here. We might just be talking about some wildebeest here. That might be the topic of the day here. We've been talking about this for days. The old wildebeest story. Yeah, it's just a big bunch of crock. It's just a bunch of crock. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that. I don't. You know what? I don't want to know. I really am kind of glad I wasn't really there. I'll take your word for it that it ended badly for her, and Henry just kind of evaporated and was eviscerated in no time. And that's all we can say. That's all we can do. And we just have to move on. I mean, there's a 250,000 other stories out there. You just got to kind of move on to the other group. And I don't know. GameStop 150.38 right now, up 207. Yeah, is it unfortunate, or is it just the circle of life? Is that what we're really talking about here? Is it really more of a circle of life? Can you remember when we only talked about the lamp? Oh, what lamp? I'd like to nickname Donkey. Mine was bird legs in elementary. What wasn't fun being the skinny kid? Michael, what's up, Mike? Says Austin. Hector, what lamp? Yeah, yo. Sure, cause you asked. Okay. Anyway, there it is. Thank you for being here with me today. It's nice to have you here today. I'm going to be on again this afternoon at 3:00 as we close the market up for the last hour later today. Hopefully, some of you folks are making money here. If you were able to write some GameStop calls earlier this morning, the stock is doing you a favor now at 150.40. So that's looking good. There might be some day trades, some more day trades through here. Who knows? Goldman down 54 cents to 387.50. Gave everybody an opportunity this morning to make a little money. We'll see how this reacts as the day wears on. The Dow's holding a 153-point gain. S&P up 3.7. So that's the deal right there. But yeah, not a bad day. See how the rest of the day wants to go here. IBM is up 110 to now 132.72. Apple's up 6 cents. It's just did not reach that high level yet. Might not yet. We're down $10 on Tesla now, 1,083. And we've got Goldman Sachs down 54 and Cisco up 7 cents. So there you have it. Norwegian kind of started down, went up, and now is going back down again. Carnival doing one of these as well. They look like candy cans. They're just, but the down dip is getting larger, so it's heading back. We're up 42 on Amazon, or up 2.5 on Facebook, but we're down 24 on Google. So it's not a complete green screen for the FANG stocks across the board. But we're doing the best we can with what we see here. $150, 48 cent last trade on GameStop, to up 217 right now, and 151 gain on the Dow. That's where we're at here. And that's the latest. The concrete shoes Henry were wearing on the boat wasn't his idea, right, Donna? Ben screwed me hard last week. Thanks, everybody, says John. Michael, TUA, laughing a lot. Bird Legs, thanks for sharing. Yeah, okay. Well, I suck, says Austin. Adventure, anyone here have an eye on DWAC? We don't watch that. I don't watch that stuff. Yeah, so there you go. We've got a little mixed bag going here today. We were up to 20 in the Dow for a while, still holding a gain, but I don't know if we're going to hold this gain all day long. Are we going to give some of this back? Are we going to end up in the red today? Are we looking at a little profit taking day when it's all said and done in the last hour? I don't know. We're going to find out when we come back and just see what's happening here. Apple right now down 9 cents. Microsoft down 45. So looks like we might have some red going through here. Maybe a little bit of selling coming into some of these guys. Might be some short sale opportunities and option writing opportunities, but we'll watch for this. We'll see what happens. Barron's says right there, Barron's Apple stock pushes higher, but still can't crack the $3 trillion mark. Again, I think when it does, it could back off $10 a share again. It'll touch it and then it'll just give it up because you sell on the news. You don't buy Apple because it just became a $3 trillion company. You sell it because it just became a $3 trillion company. Well, I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Bruce had mad improv skills and puns. The power's out here, and your boy is losing lots of money. The power's out here, and yeah, boy is losing. It says Cheddar Stacks. His power's out. Hang in there, buddy. Hopefully, it's going to be all right. Yeah, Tesla down 9.29, Microsoft down 30, Apple up 12 cents. Hey, Bruce, if I write a GameStop covered call that's in the money expiring Friday, can I be exercised at any time since it's in the money? Or is it usually be closer to expiration when you're exercised? Rico, usually it's closer to expiration, but this is close. But Thursdays and Fridays are the days where it could happen in the money contracts. So, you may want to look at a rollover if you need to do a rollover. But, you can write it in the money contract and still make money. I mean, certainly. Steady, I'm dying. I'm dying here. I'm dying. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. See what happens in this next few hours. I'm going to get a bit of a break and then commiserate with Jen as we figure out our big move. We're out of here Friday. And then we're back on the air Monday. The new year, new location. Fantastic. Any of you would like to have a one-on-one session, let me know. Saturday is when we're available. I got opening Saturday. And see what we can do here for you. And try to get together if that's possible. Why not? What the hey? Any of you out there picking up these classes on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, thank you for that. Hope you are going to get a lot of positivity out of it. I think you will. You're going to learn a lot on how options work and how they depreciate as the time value gets sucked away, and how you can write options and make money, and whether they die worthless or whether you trade them, you sell to buy back. Some of you are already now to the point where you're day trading contracts where you write them and later in the day you buy them back for less money. Nice going. There's all kinds of ways to do this market. There's no one way, only one way to do it. And I commend those of you who are learning this with gusto. Absolutely. Duncan, can you make the stocks go back up, please? Anyway, let's see. The question of 2021 is, why won't Sofi go up? I mean, what is this? Come on, man. 14.98 right now, down 41 cents on Sofi. Why is it lower rather than higher? I mean, why? Oh boy. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll stick around. We'll stick around for the new year and see what it can bring us. Looking for even better days. Indeed, I am. There you have it. Oh, we're up 161 on the Dow now. Little pop higher. Not a lot, but a little. Okay. Oil still at 76.12, up 55 cents. So oil is still hanging around that level right now. Other than that, not a lot to talk about. Let's see here. Mm, yeah, yep. U.S. home prices growth slowed in October. They say there was an office tower in Chicago that sold for $1 billion. Amazing, big money on an office tower. Big money. Of course, to replace something like that from the ground up would now run more than $1 billion. So there you have it. Yeah, interesting stuff. Oh boy. Mm, mm, mm. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Weather is wacky, wild, crazy. Flights being canceled because of Omicron problems. Yeah, all kinds of issues happening here. Never fun. Just goofy. Anyway, there you have it. I don't see any other headlines that are grabbing my attention to worry about. Thank you all for being here. Uncle Bruce Beach Boy, with the person having the one-on-one at 2 p.m. Eastern time, willing to switch places. I'm not even doing a 2 p.m. Eastern time slot. That's moving day, and you are the last one. So, Beach Boy, there is no time behind that time, actually. So I'm wondering if that'll work for you. Let me know. Uncle Bruce, sell Apple covered call 180 for Friday. What do you think? Well, I mean, you can play with the fire. I mean, look, you do it, and the stock stays under 180. It's worthless. You do it, and the stock goes to 182, 183. You roll over. So what are you risking, right? So you can play that game. It's now 180.10, down 23 cents. It touched 181.33 today. Look, if the stock wants to run to 182 today, 182 right to the high, to that $3 trillion mark, you may want to write 183 calls for Friday. 182s, even in the money 182s. Dare the stock to stay at 182 or higher for the rest of the week. Yeah, there's opportunity there, Joe. Nelson, rest up, Uncle Bruce. We'll see you this afternoon. Thank you. Robert, I've written GameStop covered call January the 7th for $5. Strike was 172.50. I waited 8 minutes for my stink bid to be filled. It did a nice pop up in price. Beautiful, Robert Z. $5 for a contract, substantially out of the money. Good move on that one. Yeah, $22 out of the money. Placed this order at 9:58. Was filled at 10:06. See how that works? Saturday then, please, at 12. Yeah, we can do that, Beach Boy. Let's confirm that on emails. We'll set that up. My wife's grandma kissed me on the lips over Christmas. My wife's grandma. I tried to resist, but she pulled me in closer. She's pretty strong for being 90. Oh boy. Nick, Uncle Bruce, I had sold GameStop December 31, 2021, 160 calls for 1039. Now it's at 224 with 2 days to go. Let it expire or get out. I just buy it back. I would buy it back and say thank you very much for this money. I would buy it back. Michael's laughing on that one. KY likes that too. The 90-year-old grandma. Wow. Yeah, I just buy those back. Nick, yeah, take the profit and say thank you. Thank you very much. Look for your next opportunity on another pop and see what you get. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, all right. We should check the replay. You didn't struggle against grandma, says DQ. Oh, Beach Boy likes this one too. Joe, Sofi charter approval after the close sometime this week. Feeling it. I'm feeling it, says Joe. It's going to happen, man. It's coming, baby. It's going to happen. $14.98 on the stock. It's a bargain. That's happening. 11.66 bargain on Rocket Lab. ME 692, Spire 376, and ATIP 312. Bargoons right there. Mega bargoons. Yep, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Okay. Didn't struggle. Don't know what to think about that. Nasdaq down 46 points, S&P down 3, Dow down 144.9, or Dow was up 144.9. Pardon me. We're gaining on the Dow, gaining on S&P, but we're negative on Nasdaq. Okay, that's the story. That's the whole story. That's the whole plan. The whole plan. Yeah, that's the whole plan. Gamestop 150.36 up 205. That's where we're at. All right. All righty. I'm out of here. Guys, I'll see you at 3:00 this afternoon. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for your kind words today. Make money, and just make more money. And we'll see you this afternoon at 3:00. See how it's all going for you, and we'll see what's going on. Austin, I closed my eyes and pretended I wasn't there. Take me to a happy place. Take me to a happy place. Oh my gosh. Adventures of Duncan late. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. You guys take care. I'll see you. I'll see you at 3.